Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith, and you are listening to DVD Weekly Podcast, the only place where you're going to get the straight poop. And I don't mean that in the dirty way.
Hello, my brother.
What's going on, brother?
Brother, it is the DVD Weekly Podcast Plus for March 4th, 2025.
And just disclaimer, could quite possibly be the longest show we ever do.
You think so?
It's going to be long.
All right.
It's going to be long. There's so much to talk about.
I like that.
We got the best of 2024
Yes.
to talk about.
We do.
We have the Oscars to talk about because they're this weekend.
Yes, sir.
And we're in March, which means we are hitting our 20-year anniversary this month, brother.
Unbelievable.
Started in March 2005.
Damn.
20 years we've been doing this show, man.
I'm just
Unbelievable.
picturing myself at Microsoft Studios, and you and I were sitting there talking about doing it.
Yeah.
If we had ever known
All right.
that we would be doing
Still
this
doing it for 20 years.
every week.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we're
So happy anniversary, brother.
And we're still not stars. What the hell
right.
is going wrong? What do you got to do? But boy, and we've met a lot of cool people.
Yeah, that's the
on
thing,
way.
man. We've met so many great people
Yes.
like along the way. and
Absolutely, we
people
made a
that
lot
have
of friends.
been with us forever. Yeah,
Yes.
it's super cool, man.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
It
So,
really, really has been.
Yeah.
We've met a lot of actors and actresses,
Yeah.
and what's that
And
one
done
guy?
interviews that we would have never done.
No,
right?
right,
With a bunch of cool
absolutely.
people. And
Yeah.
like, yeah.
What was that one guy? It was at a horror company.
Mm-hmm.
What was that guy's name? The guy who owns
There
a
were
place.
a bunch.
Huh?
What?
The guy who owns a place. Remember he hooked us up with a bunch of girls?
Oh, you're talking about from Troma.
Yes.
Freaking, oh, God.
He was cool.
Why can't I think of his freaking name right now?
No, it's because you're a shocko.
Oh, God, you're right. I blame you.
I have the same. What?
What? No, it's, God, Lloyd Kaufman.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Lloyd Kaufman.
Yes.
Yeah, that was an awesome one, man.
Oh, we've met some cool
That
people
guy was
along
great.
the way.
Yeah.
The guy from Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, man.
And then shortly after
and
seeing
Hills
him,
Have Eyes and
Short-
freaking Kane Hodder.
yeah,
And like, yeah.
shortly after seeing the Ghostbuster guy, we didn't kill him off.
And that was Ernie
on our
Hudson.
show.
Yeah, that was Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, For
right.
years we were like, oh yeah, that's too bad, man. He's not going to get to see the remakes. And
Right.
oh boy,
That's how we
boy.
roll. It's how we roll.
It is how we roll.
Oh, man.
Oh, brother. So, should we just get right? Oh, you know what, though? We have to drink to a special person.
Oh, yeah. God dang. Yeah,
You
well,
know-
we'll get this in the news, and I think we just get into the top 20 of 2024, right?
What? When?
Like, right after we kind of do this in the news, we got this
Absolutely.
pretty sad story.
Yeah, we
God
do have a sad
dang,
story.
bro.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why don't you? I'll let you tell it, brother, and I'll throw in some facts. along
Well,
the way.
just a crazy story
Yeah.
about Gene Hackman
Yeah.
and his wife
Yeah.
and his dog. Like, I'm
Yes.
sure everybody's heard it by now.
Yeah.
All of them found dead. Like,
In New
my
Mexico, right?
God,
Isn't that where
in Santa Fe, New
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman was 95.
Yeah.
His wife was 64.
Did you see any
Quite a big difference.
kind of recent photos of him?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Dude, I wouldn't even recognize him.
No
Would
way.
not have even now he retired from acting in
Yeah.
2004 and kind of just went out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like just disappeared.
Yeah.
I didn't even recognize
If
him in these
he
recent
was
pictures.
walking past
Yeah.
me, if he came in this house,
Right.
I would not
No.
have known it was him.
You are dead right, man. Ooh, that was,
a
that was,
lot of times as you yeah, thanks.
that
for
was
that.
bad choice of words. Jesus.
Usually as people age, they still, you can still tell.
Yeah, but
You know,
no, man.
but
He
no,
just like,
totally
went
different.
through a massive change. And his
Yeah.
wife was 64.
Yeah.
Betsy, she was a classical pianist.
Really?
Yeah. And then the dog, right? And then,
Yeah.
like, just the whole, I mean, she was found in a bathroom
Yeah.
with pills all around her.
She was on the floor in the bathroom.
Yeah, with a
right,
space heater.
right. Yeah, that she, I guess, had put in there for
That's
some
the
reason.
question. Like, what is
Yeah.
that about?
Right.
Her. Did you hear her hands were like mummified?
Mummified,
Like, so
yeah.
she had been dead for a while.
Yes. Yeah, they both had.
Were they both? Because I
Yeah.
had heard that about Gene Hackman. I was like, that's weird.
Well, I do know that when the paramedics came in, it took them forever. They found the wife immediately because she was in a bathroom right next to the front door.
Oh, gotcha.
But it took a while for them to find him because
he was
the
in a mud
house
room.
is huge.
Yeah, sure.
So they did find him. He was in the, what did they call that? The
Mud room.
Mud room.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's like what we have coming into the
Oh,
garage,
gotcha,
from the
gotcha.
garage to the house, that
Yeah.
little room. Yeah.
And yeah, they know he fell
Yeah.
because they found his glasses on the ground
Right.
a ways away from him, the way would happen if
Mm-hmm.
you fell. But and then the dog was found dead with
In
the
a
wife
closet.
in the closet of the bathroom.
Like what? Oh, in the closet of the bathroom.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
weird. Right? Is that weird?
It was right next door. Yeah, you know, I know, and they're doing all kinds of tests to find out what happened.
Yeah.
Because they called it suspicious. I don't know, was suspicious the right word?
Yeah.
Is that what they
it
called it?
is. It's suspicious as
It
hell.
is, because it
Like-
sounds like they were.
And there was no gas leak or
That's
anything
what it
because
sounds
they
like.
checked that.
It sounds like
right?
they were
Yeah.
poisoned from the air.
Yeah.
Or I think the real thing about this is the real answer would have been easier if you would have done tests on the dog first. Because what did the dog die from?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Now with humans, I mean, I would imagine it's easier with animals, but with humans, the testing goes on for weeks,
Yeah.
weeks and weeks. But it would have been interesting for them to look and see why that dog passed
And
away.
I'm sure they are, right? That's
Oh,
got to be part
absolutely.
of this. And then there were
Absolutely.
2 other dogs that were fine.
2 other dogs found. One was found in the house. The
Yeah,
other
one
one was
was
found
outside,
out
right?
in the yard.
Yeah.
Now,
So-
have both of the dogs that were still alive been found outside? Then you could say,
Yeah, could be some gas or something.
kind of gas
right?
or
But-
something
but
like
they already
that.
ruled that out.
yeah.
So as far as I know, like, yeah, the whole thing's pretty tragic.
When the
Like,
fire
just
department went
terrible.
in, the first thing they did was check the air quality.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
because of the way they
Yeah.
found him.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was going to say. When they went in and they found him, they immediately knew not to try to revive him.
Oh,
So
geez.
again, they knew that he had been.
Yeah, they had been dead for a while.
Yeah, they say days, if not weeks.
No kidding.
That's what they said today.
Holy cow,
Yeah.
dude. That's terrible.
It is
Terrible news.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman was such a great actor,
Yeah.
dude. I mean,
Yep.
Hoosiers is one of my favorite sports
Yeah.
films of all time. Obviously, you know, Crimson Tide, Royal Tenenbaums,
Yeah.
the first 2 Supermans,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Unforgiven, Mississippi Burning, Poseidon Adventure, right?
Oh, right,
yeah,
right.
French Connection. Like, I mean, the
Yeah.
dude is, you know, 2-time Oscar winner.
Yeah.
And his wife was, a very accomplished classical pianist, too,
Yeah.
which is
That's
just like,
interesting.
what the hell,
Yeah.
dude? So, you know, that's a story that's going to continue.
Sad.
It'll be interesting to find
Yeah.
out what really happened, right?
Yeah.
'Cause that is just a baffling story.
Yeah,
really.
and you know we care, right?
yeah, for sure, man.
Very sad.
Yeah, very sad. And then there was another passing too. Michelle Trachtenberg. I don't know how to say her last name. Now I
Is
think
she
about
a
it.
television actress?
Trachtenberg. Yeah,
Yeah.
she died at 39.
Yeah.
And both the cause and manner of her death are undetermined. Her family declined an autopsy, which is weird.
Oh, weird.
But she was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so
Right,
Mel
right.
knew her really well from that. And Gossip Girl. I knew her from Eurotrip.
Hadn't she
A
lost
hilarious
a
film.
whole lot of weight?
Well, they
she
actually,
actually-
I saw today in the news that they had announced that she had
Yes.
just recently had a liver transplant.
Yes, right.
So I'm sure
They think
that is probably what the cause
And
was.
I read
right?
that that's what what it was.
Yeah, okay. And that probably, I forgot that I actually read that today.
Yeah.
So that is probably what the,
Yeah,
the
they
deal is there.
they
but-
said in the
God,
article
man.
that I read, they said that her body rejected it.
Oh, God. And at 39, dude.
Yeah.
39.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, a couple pretty terrible stories
I
to kick
agree.
off the show with.
Brother, in honor of them folks,
Yeah.
let's crack open.
Let's
You'll
do
be
that.
cracking
Let's do
open
it.
a monster drink.
The last monster. This is the last monster to be drank in
Don't
the
say
studio.
that. I could buy you monster
No,
drinks.
I want this to be the last. It makes sense.
All right.
20th anniversary, you got the best of. Like, just, it's the end of an era.
We're turning the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to open up a Coke Zero Orange Cream.
Oh, yeah, how are those?
Let's find out.
Have you not had one yet?
I should lie and say, no, I've never had one. But I can't. Yes, I did. It was good.
Are they pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
There you go.
You know those, and basically, you can, I mean, around here, you can only find them at Wendy's now. I mean, that I can think of. I think that what's that one burger place? The Five Guys.
Yeah.
I think they have them too. But you know those Coca-Cola machines?
Oh, right.
Where
Where
you
you can
can
make it.
choose.
Yeah, you can mix your.
Yeah. So a lot of
yeah.
times I will put orange
Oh, there you go.
in my Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I usually put lime
Oh,
in
interesting.
my Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so when I saw this, I thought, oh, I got to give that a try.
Yeah, and I like the vanilla cream. I like the whole creamsicle business.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
mix that with Coke.
yeah. I love
How can
those.
that go bad?
I love those mixes.
Yeah,
They're
good
cool.
stuff there. Good stuff. But
All right, brother. Where should we go? We have a long journey ahead of us.
we do. I mean, is it time? Do we just start strong, be hit hard,
Yes.
and do the best of 2024?
yes,
Let's
brother.
do it. I mean, we're doing it because it's Oscar week. That's why we wait this long. Plus, it gives me time to watch all the Oscar films.
Yeah.
Which I found out, brother,
Yeah.
is an actual thing. I was
Really?
searching. There was a movie I could not find.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the Porcelain War, which was one of the documentaries. Couldn't find it. So, and all the places I looked, nowhere.
Yeah.
So I went on Reddit and started searching for Oscar films and found out there's a whole community of people, and it's called the Oscar Death Race.
What?
Yes, that's the title of it. If you look it up, it's a real thing, Oscar Death Race, and that is for people that watch every Oscar film.
No kidding.
Yeah, it is called the Death Race because, it's only
Wow.
announced a few weeks before, and this year it was even less time in between the time they announced it and the show
Yeah.
to watch, over 30 films, basically, right? So, so it was kind of fun. Then I found this group in Facebook or on Reddit, and I'm like, oh my God, I knew we weren't the only people, but I didn't
Yeah.
know there was a whole community of people
Yeah, wow.
that do this, and it's called the Oscar Death Race. And then one of the dudes I met on the board gave me the file for the movie.
You're kidding.
Because they did like an online viewing of it back in early February.
Oh.
So people were able to capture that, and so I was like, oh my God. So because of that, it allowed me to get the last film we didn't have. But anyways, yeah, Oscar Death Race. But that point is, finally got to watch everything, so now I know what my favorites of 2024 were.
Okay, that's awesome. I will tell you this week we are going to bypass the Disney because
Okay.
we have so many other things to do
There's
this
a
week.
lot.
We need
Yeah,
you
I'm
to
going to
cut
go
some
through
stuff.
the other stuff pretty quickly.
All right.
Because between this and the Oscar stuff, a lot. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So should we? Where do you want to go now?
Well, Russ and Maggie.
Yes.
They called quite a while ago.
December.
Just
It
after
was
Christmas.
The end. Yes, that's exactly.
Just after
what it was.
Christmas to give us, or I think it might have been, it was the 1st of January because they.
No.
Yeah, because he mentions
No.
Happy New Year.
No,
in
I've got the date on it. It was December 28th, I think.
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, it
all
was
right.
December.
Yeah, gotcha. To give us their best of 2024,
Yes.
I feel we start there, brother. Let's see what they got going on.
Maggie, before we get to the great movies, I'm going to give you my bottom 5 list. These are the movies that I just didn't care much for, and some that I really just did not like at all. You ready to hear this?
Absolutely.
Maggie, I don't think you saw any on this list, but number 5, I'm going with Afraid, which was the AI movie. I was afraid to go watch that movie because it really wasn't that interesting. So, yeah. Number 4, a lot of people like this one. I did not. Lisa Frankenstein.
Why didn't you?
This movie was not made for me, Maggie, for sure. But, a lot of people like it. Hey, that's great, but not for me. Number 3, Civil War. Oh, man, some people like that movie too, but I couldn't get it. I don't understand. So our nation's at war with each other, and it just involves some skirmishes with a dozen people. And it's all about taking pictures of war. So, yeah, didn't care much for Civil War. Number 2, this was a Netflix streaming movie called The Deliverance with Glenn Close. Oh my gosh, that movie drove me insane. And Glenn Close I don't know what she was doing in that movie. And the number 1 worst movie I saw this year, without a doubt, Maggie, The Crow remake. Man, I so dislike that movie. But you know how much I love the original Crow. And
You really do.
we really do, and we're going to review that sometime because you got to see the edited version, but we'll get to that later. But that Crow revisioning or reimagining, man, it was awful. Well, I guess some people like it. It was not for me. All right, you ready to hear my top 5 with some honorable mentions?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Honorable mention number 1 is If, the Imaginary Friends movie, right, with Ryan Reynolds. That was great.
Awesome.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Really enjoyed that one a lot. It was great. They've kind of moved on from Caesar, But the really good movie. The effects were awesome. I loved it. Number 3, we just watched Sonic 3. That was great. I loved that. Laughed my head off. All right, here we go for my top 5. Number 5, Beetlejuice. I really liked Beetlejuice. A lot of people did not. Of course, it's not going to be near as good as the first one. You can't expect it to be. But when Michael Keaton and the cast were on the screen, I couldn't help but enjoy it. And I really liked seeing him in that character again. Number 4, Inside Out 2. Yep. I was pretty surprised how much I liked that one, but I sure did enjoy it a lot. It really hit me good. Which also the number 3 movie did as well. The Wild Robot. Loved The Wild Robot.
Wow.
Very emotional. I really enjoyed that one a lot. That was really good. Number 2, Maggie, I didn't expect to like it, but we saw it in IMAX. We had a great time. It was Twisters. Yeah, I thought it was going to be shot-for-shot remake, but man, it was a lot of fun. The characters were so likable. The special effects and seeing it in IMAX really blew me away. Plus the soundtrack. Loved Twisters. Loved it. My number 1, probably not going to be number 1 on anybody else's list, but I can't help it. Maggie, it's Godzilla X Kong.
Why Godzilla next Kong?
Oh man, we saw it in IMAX, and you know that I'm a big Godzilla and a big King Kong fan.
Yes, I do.
Any giant monsters like that, and what more could you ask for? I mean, you got giant monsters fighting almost the entire time. So much, it was so much comedy in there, so much action. I mean, you see King Kong riding on the side of Godzilla. I was just smiling the whole time, and I just loved it. Not going to be a bastion of cinematic achievement, but boy, was it fun. I can't help it. That's my number 1, Godzilla X Kong. You know, I'd love to put -1 on there, Godzilla -1, but that didn't come out this year. It was the end of 2023. And that really is the best Godzilla movie since the original. All right, Maggie, enough of me. You ready for your honorable mentions of the year?
My honorable mentions is Moana 2, which we just want, Make Wave, Inside Out 2, and Despicable Me 4.
You got a trio of sequels there, but all
Yes,
very good
I
movies.
do.
All right, number 5.
Number 5, I gotta say Mufasa.
Wow, you just saw that one.
I know. Number 4, of course, Venom: The Last Dance, because it was just so funny.
That was a great movie.
Number 3, Twisters.
There's Twisters on there.
Number 2, the Garfield movie, Love the Lasagna.
All right, yeah, that was great. The Garfield movie was a lot of fun, and the Udi was a lot great. All right, Maggie, we're ready. What was your number 1 favorite movie of 2024?
Terrifier 3.
What?
Terrifier 3, yeah.
Terrifier 3.
Remember you showed me that?
You want DCF showing up in my house? I didn't show you Terrifier 3. Tell me you did not see Terrifier 3.
I watched Terrifier 3.
No, she did not. You're not watching Terrifier 3. Jared knows, but I watched it. I was like, whew, man, that was pretty brutal. All right, tell them what your real number 1 is, Maggie. If. Great choice. What'd you like so much about If?
It was just so cute, and I love the animals in that movie, and the imaginary animals were so cute.
Yeah, it was really good. It had a very heartfelt message. That's a great list, Maggie. I think you picked some really good ones, and I think If was a great pick. All right, are you excited to check out some movies in 2025?
Absolutely. I'm so excited for Lilo and Stitch.
Is Stitch coming out this year?
I think so.
Well, we know Dogman is. I know you're excited
Dogman
to see Dogman.
is, yeah.
There's going to be a lot of good movies. So, Maggie, do you still want to continue? We keep going to movies. You want to continue to keep calling into the DVD Weekly podcast?
Well, yeah, I love Dogman. I read every single book.
Yeah, but you still want to keep calling in the podcast to give your reviews.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm so glad to hear that because we have a lot of fun doing this with you. And we got to thank Dawn and Jared so much for letting us do this and to call in, especially editing this really long phone call. But it's very nice of them to let us crash their podcast, right?
Yeah.
She had me going there for a second.
Right? I was like, wait a second. What? That's awesome, though. But, hey, that was that was a really, lots of good stuff on those lists. Funny enough, like, the not good, his bottom 5, I hadn't seen any of those films yet. Especially, like, the Crow remake, because I had heard that is just absolute crap. Love the fact, and I don't know if I knew that Russ was such a big Godzilla fan.
This excited you.
It did, because I'm a huge Godzilla fan. My kids are huge Godzilla fans. It might end up in my top 5 or in my best of 2024 somewhere, because that film is awesome. Like, it was such a fun ride. Like, I just had a smile on my face the entire time.
Yeah.
And then his point of Godzilla -1 being the best since the original, hands down. Like, hands down, it's the best since the original. So, damn, Russ, I didn't know you were a Godzilla guy.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
King Kong I love too, but really, like, Godzilla's my thing, man.
Yeah.
Like, I love all those films. Well, some of them are really bad, but they all have their charm. So
Yep.
that was cool to see and awesome to see him at number 1. And then, yeah, I agree. Like, all the films on his top 5, I had a lot of fun watching Beetlejuice. Really liked Inside Out 2, Wild Robot. I've mentioned it, one of my favorite animated films of all time. And then Twisters is the one I have not seen yet, and that made Maggie's list too.
Yeah.
Have not seen Twisters yet. And then her number 5, Mufasa.
Yeah.
That is our movie night tonight. So
Really?
looking forward to finally seeing that. And then Venom, I don't know. I haven't seen the others. Don't know when I'll ever get to that. And then Garfield, the movie. I don't know if my kids really know much about Garfield,
Yeah.
so I don't know if we'll ever get to that one, anytime soon. But then If, it was her number 1, which was a really fun film. Like, we made that. That was a movie night we did last year sometime.
What's the movie?
If. So it's
If.
Imaginary Friend is what If stands for. And
Oh,
Ryan
I
Reynolds is in it.
remember. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
when she
a
covered
lot of
that.
cool
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is great in it. So yeah, that was a very fun top 5 for 2024. Russ and Maggie, you guys rule. That's good stuff right there.
And we just want to thank you,
Yes.
you guys, because you know what? You just donated yourselves to us and said, hey, let's just do this. And so it means a lot to us. I know our audience loves it, so we just want to thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Love it.
So, brother, what do you have?
I got all kinds of crap. So, I didn't do just movies, because back in the day when we do our top 5, I'd also do, like, my top other stuff, right?
Now, I don't have lists.
Yeah, I heard you have nothing today.
No, I will tell you what my favorite of this and that are.
Okay.
Okay, but so when you go into a topic,
If it's valid,
Yes.
you'd be like, this is mine.
then yes.
I got you. And you did not watch either of the films you were supposed to watch last night, correct?
When are we supposed to talk about that?
We'll get to it. Let me just start with best video game of
All right.
2024.
All right.
Because I don't play a lot of games anymore.
I don't play them at all.
I don't have time anymore, bro.
Yeah.
I used to have all the time in the world to play video games.
Yeah.
Not anymore. So my winner is super cheap. It's just the reasoning of it, because it's literally the only game I really played this year,
Yeah.
and that was Madden 25.
There you go.
I love me some Madden
I
on
like
the
it.
Xbox Series X. Everybody rips that game now because they're just like, oh, it's just a roster update every year. I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
I have
so what?
such a blast playing Madden, man.
Yeah.
And now that Cohen plays it with me,
Aw.
like just playing the football game with my kid, like I don't know. I love Madden.
I
man.
play games on my phone.
Yeah, there you go.
Little cheapy
Yeah.
fast games.
Well, did you have one that you
I
got hooked
well,
on?
you know
this year?
what? You know what? I do.
last year?
I have what we will call a favorite app.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I have been on this app for years, and it's called Disney Collect
Oh yeah.
by
okay.
Topps, and you're
Yeah.
basically collecting Disney cards.
That's cool.
I've got
I like that.
I now in my collection I have thousands
Really?
of cards. It's just fun, and it surprises me that I've continued to do it all this. I remember starting years ago on Father's Day, sitting out by the pond.
Huh.
And I was
Interesting.
sitting there, and I started looking at it, and I thought, why do people get into this? Because
Yeah.
you're trading something you don't really have.
Right. Right.
So it made no sense to me.
Gotcha.
And here I am years later, still playing it.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, that's cool.
That would be my favorite.
There you go.
It's
I
not
like
really
that.
a game, but it's a collector's
Well,
thing.
yeah, sure.
And every
It
once in a while,
fits the category.
they'll do a deal where you can go to Disney Plus if you're a Disney Plus subscriber.
Yeah.
And they'll have a movie watching
Oh, that's
party.
cool.
So they tell you when to start, and everybody can start.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be truthful here. I've never done that.
Mm-hmm.
But when they do it, they give free cards away.
Oh,
For
that's super cool.
For every certain section, they say, okay, here's a free card. Here's a
Yeah.
free card. And I always go in at the end of the day and just gather them all up.
Right.
But, yeah, it's just fun.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I dig that, brother.
Thank you, sir.
I'll move on to my favorite sporting event of 2024.
Yes, football.
Now, yeah, I mean, I didn't go to a whole lot of major sporting events in 2024 outside of football and some hockey.
Yeah.
The playoffs, that was this year, right? That was in January, so I can't, because that Arizona trip will probably be my favorite for this year.
Yeah.
But my favorite sporting event last year was a Rams game, but it was in Chicago.
Oh.
And for it to be a game where we lost, and it's still my favorite sporting event.
Wow.
Yeah, that says something because it was a blast, man. Because it was in Chicago, being at Soldier Field, and just experiencing the history of that stadium was pretty awesome. Just walking around that stadium and being there. Plus, the people were so cool, and I did not expect that. I expected wearing all my Rams stuff to be just taking crap all day long. Never really happened. I mean, there was a couple little quick things, but overall, the fans there were super cool. I mean, I sat next to a guy that, lived in Chicago, been a Bears fan his whole life. He was so cool, man, and was just telling us places to go eat and places to go see. And so just the whole event. Went with Christiana too, which was interesting, going to a game with her. But yeah, so Rams Bears
How
at
did you
Soldier
end up going
Field,
to a game with her?
September 29th. Well, because we were out in Chicago for a site survey for an event that we did in November, right?
Gotcha.
But we went out there. So we went there. We both went a day early so that we could go to the game.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, good times, man. So that was my favorite sporting event.
Nice. And you know me, I don't watch sports.
I know.
that much.
Well, you don't usually go to the
So,
games.
no. I mean, last year we had Olympic action last year.
Oh,
didn't we?
yeah, yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, the Olympics were always fun.
Yeah,
Those are always great, yeah. Theater experience, brother.
Ooh,
now, this isn't necessarily my favorite movie,
Okay.
but just my favorite experience of being in a theater, right? Now, didn't go to a whole lot of movies in the theater last year, but there were a couple of note. First off, and Russ mentioned it, Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, because I took the twins to go see that.
Yeah.
It was their first Godzilla film in a theater. And when the Kiss song came on, man, and they stood up and started dancing and singing, I'm just
that's awesome.
This is awesome. And we saw it in IMAX, we were in the Dolby Digital Theater. We did not go to IMAX, but the Dolby Digital Theater there at Kent, super nice.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Terrifier 3 was fantastic in the theater. I went by myself. It wasn't that packed. It was during the day. It was the beginning of my Christmas vacation.
Did you eat sausages while you were watching? I think that would be a nice combination.
Have sausages?
Yeah, watch
no.
Terrifier 3 and just chomp on those big old long sausages
right.
that look like they're raw. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
God, yeah, that would be classic. And I realized that it wasn't Christmas vacation. It was around October, but I just took a day off, and I'm I'm going to go see Terrifier 3 in the theater. But my favorite theater experience of the year, the winner is, brother.
Yes, sir.
June 22nd at the Lincoln Square Theaters in Bellevue.
Wow.
With Mel. Went and saw Ghosts film Right Here, Right Now.
Really?
Which is their concert film, which is so much fun. I love the film. Most of it is concert footage, right, from those two shows they did at the Forum.
Yeah.
But then there's also a lot of interstitials and him going backstage, and then there'll be a scene of something that's all just tongue-in-cheek, kind of funny stuff.
Uh-huh.
And Ghost being my favorite current band, it was such a cool experience. And then you're just surrounded by Ghost fans, right? Because this was it was a limited engagement. It was only 6 or 7 nights. So everybody in the theater when we were at where we saw him was just giant Ghost fans, right? And everybody's just singing along, and it was such a cool experience in the theater. So that was absolutely my favorite theater experience. Ghost, Right Here, Right Now.
I have a favorite theater experience, but it wasn't from last year, and it's not appropriate for audiences. So, I'm just going to pass on that. Thank you very much. What do we got next, brother?
Sorry, I just took a giant drink of Monster. Next up, concerts, brother.
Oh, concerts. I've got one.
Okay, fantastic.
I don't have 5.
I didn't do 5. I
didn't even go to
listed,
5.
Or maybe I did list 5. I went to less or fewer concerts last year than usual, but still went to I think it was 16 or 15 or 16 or something like that.
Do you know what the concerts are this year?
I have a list. Yes.
Oh, are they good?
Oh, God,
no.
I got a
Don't-
couple.
don't
I'm
excite me.
so excited.
Oh no, brother! You haven't
Yes.
even told me yet. You
I'm going to mention one in music. Well, you wouldn't care
Rakina.
about that one. But I mean, I got tickets to Nine Inch Nails this year.
what?
Right? Yeah, they're playing at Climate Pledge Arena. That's going to be
But
fantastic.
I mean, where you go, where your seats, your box
Our,
seats.
our seats, yes, I'm going to mention it in music, brother. Oh, my God, they just announced.
God, brother.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
I can't wait. But Halsey's going to be there
Oh, nice.
this year at White River. Yeah, that should be fun.
Right. Yeah, it's nice.
Weird Al Yankovic.
What
brother. Now, that is a show I would never go to. I would never buy tickets to go see Weird Al.
Understood.
But the fact that he's at White River, we're going to go. I'm like, I got to
All
go
right.
see him. Like, that's going to be freaking fun.
Yeah.
But actually, the one that has already been announced a while back, which I can't wait for, is A Perfect Circle,
Oh.
Pussifer, and Primus.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
that is a phenomenal tour.
Yeah.
So that's coming to White River. Super excited. But the one that just got announced this week, I'll tell you during music because I'm just so excited for it.
Ew.
You got to wait.
Brother's got the most beautiful private box seat at White River Theater.
It's fun. We almost didn't do it this year.
Oh no!
Yeah, because the prices have gone up.
That's all right. Well, I don't mind.
Like it's kind of outrageous now. And then like before it was on a concert count, right?
Yeah.
When we first started, it was like the first 8 shows
Yeah.
that got announced. You paid for those,
Uh-huh.
and then everyone announced after that. You had the choice to buy.
Oh.
That number kept going up. It went from 8 to 10 to 12.
Why do they do that?
Last year it was 16.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and it's just like, holy crap. So this year, it's you get all the shows. Like it doesn't
No
matter
kidding.
how many they have.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Doesn't matter what
Could
it
be Yo
is.
Gabba Gabba.
Exactly.
You still got to pay for it.
Exactly. Right? So it's kind of like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it.
But it's
So-
beautiful. But you got your own parking with your name on it.
Yeah, I dig that.
Brother,
Dig that.
the
That's
whole
always cool.
thing is just, it makes for the coolest experience.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
You got a
And then, like, the
waitress
Eagle
coming
Club,
to your,
like,
your table all the
Yeah.
time. And
I do dig the Eagle Club. You don't have to wait for the bathroom lines. You just go to the Eagle
Yeah,
Club and
right.
it's a lot, you know, bar there.
it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good
fun.
time.
It's a
man.
fun experience.
But man, this could potentially be the last year.
Oh, brother.
And then because honestly, the concerts haven't been super great there, like the lineup.
Yeah.
So like last year, I went to like 2 shows there last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, out of like 16, dude, and then sold the rest. I think Autumn went to a couple, right? You guys
Yeah.
went to some, but. I'm just like, I don't know if we do it this year. We decided to, and so far, like, I've been happy, especially with this last announcement. I'm just like, okay, I would have been super pissed if I didn't do it this year.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we'll see
good,
how it
good.
goes. But yeah, but for last year, 2024, favorite concert, brother. There's a couple honorable mentions: Ministry, Gary Newman, and Frontline Assembly.
No kid.
Like, what a lineup. That's
Yeah.
one concert. Like, what a freaking lineup. It was during Comic-Con last year.
Yeah.
So we were already staying down in Seattle, and then Cody came out and went to that show with me that night. Like, that show was a freaking blast.
I love me some Gary Newman.
Right?
brother.
You
Yeah.
can't go wrong with Gary Newman.
No.
And Mike has always loved Gary Newman, but never saw him.
Oh, wow.
And we both had never seen Frontline Assembly. So, like, that was awesome. And I hadn't seen Ministry. Well, I guess we saw Ministry just a couple years ago at White River. So, but, you know, can't ever go wrong with Ministry. So that was awesome. Lamb of God and Mastodon was phenomenal. That was in Kent. And anytime I can get a chance to see Lamb of God, like, they're one of my favorites. Slipknot, which I went to with Autumn. Love Slipknot. They always put on a great show. So every time I see them, it's always one of my favorite of the year because those guys just go balls out. The Marley Brothers was such a cool experience, dude. Like all of Marley's sons up there singing his, you know, all of his songs. Like that was a show I'll never forget. It was a cool, unique experience, and just a hell of a lot of fun. And what was funny was it was Slipknot the night before. So it was Slipknot, this crazy metal in your face, blah, and then Marley Brothers the next night, like Rastaman. Like it was just like it was a weird deal, but both phenomenal shows. And then Iron Maiden with Kyler, man, like taking Kyler to see Iron Maiden. He just instantly fell in love with Eddie. And like seeing him on stage and just like,
That's cool.
you know, battling the lead singer. And he's just
Yeah.
like, Dad, there's Eddie.
Aw.
And he had such a freaking blast. So that was awesome. But none of them, brother, beat the 2 nights at Lumen Field August 30th and September 1st.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Oh,
at
boy.
Lumen Field, man, where the Seahawks play. You know, I went to those two shows last year or the year before in 2023 at SoFi Stadium, and it was incredible. And, of course, Pantera opens night one, which is my all-time favorite band, Pantera, man. So they opened night one here at Metallica. Mel and I were on the floor for it. We saw all kinds of musical
Were you
stars,
drunk?
dude.
You fell down? What are you talking about?
No.
Oh,
we
you
had
mean
floor
oh,
seats.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
But both just, and that stage, the lighting, the screens, like just epic shows, dude.
Yeah.
So and then they had, you know, they did the pop-up store right down there in downtown, right next to the stadium.
Oh, nice.
Which was, so I went down there, I took a day off for the first show and went down there super early and stood in line and met all these cool people. So yeah, the 2 nights of Metallica, God, they still just absolutely freaking kill it.
Nice.
So my favorite shows of the year were Metallica, brother.
My favorite one, I'm almost afraid to say, because I'm afraid you're going to say, that wasn't last year.
Yeah, and I think I know what you're going to say. And you're right, it wasn't last year.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah, he's pulling a bolt, y'all.
I do it every year.
If it's what I think it is, because I actually thought of that show too, and I'm like, when was that? And I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, that was 2023.
Start with a T.
I mean, yes.
Ah, dang it.
Well, like 2 words,
3 words.
3 words. No, then no. This is not. This is not what I think. I thought you were going to say The Cure
No.
because that was 2023.
Yeah, no, I'm almost sure this was last year.
Okay, you might be right then.
Tears for Fears, brother.
Oh, right.
That was,
I think that was last year.
dude, I was electric that whole night.
That's awesome.
It was, I was blown over by the musicianship.
Yeah, right.
Musicianship?
Yeah, you got it.
Just all the instruments and oh, dude, it was breathtaking.
That is awesome.
It was breathtaking. And what was really cool was I wasn't just sitting there going through that on my own.
Yeah.
Because I'm a weird kind of person and,
Right.
and I love their music. Everybody was going through it. Everybody was
Gotcha.
just aghast the whole
Yeah,
time.
right.
Oh, it was, yeah, that was my favorite last year.
That's super cool.
Tears for
That's good shit.
Fears.
At Climate Pledge Arena.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Good stuff, brother.
Phew, God, I was sweating that out. I was so scared I was going to mention that. Whew.
Now we get to the big ones. I mean, you know, based on our show. TV, brother.
Okay.
TV.
Mine's going to just be stupid.
Masked Singer.
What?
What happened? Now we're talking series here,
All right.
right? Or whatever the hell you want. It's TV.
Yeah.
I mean, a few of the series that are just absolutely killed it for me.
Yeah.
The Bear, always. Like, I love The Bear. Such a great show. And the last season was phenomenal, just like all the rest.
That Cocaine
Cast
Bear?
is- Yeah, right.
No, not it.
But love that show. Shogun, which just killed it at all the awards shows this year.
Yeah.
It and deservedly so. What an amazing show on FX. Ripley, which was a show. The only reason I watched it was because Waxwork released the soundtrack for it on vinyl. So I'm like, well, I got to watch this show. And holy crap, man! What a captivating black and white, really kind of just atmospheric, such a cool show Ripley was. And then Yellowstone season 5, man. I mean, Yellowstone season 5 started in 2022, right? It had like the first half of the season, and then because of all the stuff that happened and like, what's his name freaking leaving the show, which why can't I think of his name? My God, he's one of the most popular people on the planet. Kevin Costner leaving the show. And then, so there was this big, long delay, and then it started back up again, and then ended in December of 2024. What a great show. I'm definitely missing Yellowstone. Horror's Greatest, like a couple different shows. Horror's Greatest. What a great show, man. Every show was about kind of a different sector of horror.
Nice.
And then gave you the best of that, genre of horror. I absolutely love that show. There's been a second season this year, too. Or was that late last year as well? I think that was late last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Hard Knocks. Like, I've always loved Hard Knocks,
Yeah.
right? But last year they did Hard Knocks off season with the New York Jets, which was the most fascinating sports reality, like not a reality show, but just documentary that I have ever seen, dude. Watching the owners work through trades, how they deal with the draft, how they deal with like dropping players. Like, it was fascinating. Like, I think it was probably the best season of Hard Knocks ever. So that was awesome. But my winner is, brother, and I was going through and I'm like, I don't know what my favorite is. And then this one came up and I'm like, well, duh. This was actually by far my favorite show last year. It was on Max. It's The Penguin, brother.
Oh.
The freaking Penguin. With Colin Farrell, dude, was absolutely incredible in that show. You couldn't even tell it was him because of the makeup. But my God, it was kind of like a Sopranos-style show, right?
Really?
Like very gangsterish.
Wow.
But just done so incredibly well and such a good cast. I hope to God they do a second. It doesn't sound like they're going to. Sounds like this was a one and done, unfortunately. But man, to me, The Penguin is about as good as television gets. Like, just fantastic
You know,
stuff.
I think, I'm almost sure that my favorite television show ever
Yeah.
was
Sopranos?
Sopranos.
Yeah. It's definitely one of mine.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what my all-time favorite TV show is, but The Sopranos has got to be it's easily in the top 5.
That might have been mine.
Probably in the top 3. And I'm telling you, dude, The Penguin
Yeah.
is,
Just as good.
it has that same
Feel to it, kinda?
feel, yes. And especially him, dude. Like I said, freaking Colin Farrell is just absolutely epic in it. It is so good. I really hope they do another season at some point, but I don't know if they will. But yeah, Penguin.
Cool.
My favorite TV, brother. What you got?
My favorite television show, I only have one
Okay.
because I only watch one.
Oh,
If
gotcha.
I'm not going to count the other one that I watch because they don't even do it anymore.
Right.
That's The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, right. Sure.
For some reason, this is the way my mind works. Instead of the Big Bang Theory coming to my head, Big Audio Dynamite came to my head. and so my mind is trying
If
to.
I have my time again.
Yes, my mind is trying to fight that word out of my head. So, oh God,
That's awesome.
so sad. But yeah, I gotta say, it's The Masked Singer.
There you go.
That's
the kids
my-
now have been asking me because they're seeing the commercials for this season. They're
That's
like,
a
when are we
don't
going to
miss.
start watching it again?
Yeah, you need to get on it,
yeah,
brother.
we need to get on it.
It's already had some really cool people.
Has
going.
it? Yeah, we're like 2.5 seasons behind now.
Forget those other seasons.
Right? I know. We should just
Yeah.
can those.
Yeah.
Or just fast forward to the end and see the people. I don't
Yeah.
know. Well, very good, brother. Very good.
Thank you.
That takes me. Let's see. Where do I want to go next? Because
Do you have a restaurant? We should have restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What would be your favorite restaurant?
Like the favorite restaurant I went to last year.
Yeah.
Whew. God, I bet it was something like on a vacation or on a.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Do you have one?
I do. I'm sure you can guess it.
Well, is it the steak asado?
No.
Wait, is that the name of it? What is the name of
I
that place?
don't know.
My God, dude. I don't know why I keep forgetting that place.
I just remember it as the place with the $200 steaks, which usually keeps me away from it very often.
You mean, wait, you mean the place that was your favorite?
No. That's what you're trying to think of.
Oh,
the name
yeah.
of that place, right?
Yeah. I'm going to see it right now. God. Sonora Steak.
There it is.
Sonora Steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
that
not
would be
my
up there
favorite.
for me.
Not my favorite.
Okay.
My favorite, believe it or not, is Red Robin.
Oh, okay. There you
Dude,
go.
I love
I like Red
Robin.
Robin.
And it's so funny because when I lived in Bellevue, I got so sick of
You
Red
did.
Robin. And we used to always go there for
Yeah.
our meetings and stuff.
Right.
And I just got so tired of it. And now I can't get tired of it.
Really? Well,
No.
there you go.
We just, we surprised Autumn. Yeah, and with Autumn now.
I was working there now.
Working there now.
She boxed up when we did an order last week. She boxed it up.
Ain't
for
that
us.
something?
That's incredible.
It was so weird. I went and picked her up today, which is one of the reasons why we're doing the show a little later.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird for me to see her in there.
Yeah, that is.
And she's
right?
so friendly and charming, and she just, dude, man, it's awesome.
That's awesome.
It is so awesome
What
to see her in there.
I'm pooping my pants right now.
She's pooping her pants right now.
Oh, let's get video of that.
Guys, no.
Ow! Why did I just get hit?
He's almost here, and I feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh, she came in here because she's afraid because her boyfriend's taking her to dinner.
With his family.
with his family.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's good because you got protection.
That adds a little bit of stress level, though, with the family.
She
5
says,
minutes away.
Where are you guys going?
No clue.
Ooh.
It's like a barbecue place.
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
She
I
said
said-
she would rather go to his house than go to a public place.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Are you serious?
No, I'm.
Hold on. I need.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Interesting.
wish me luck. I have my keys.
And Autumn just
luck.
went and saw Deftones last night, by the way.
Yeah.
How were they?
And Mars
I
Volta.
Cried.
Yeah.
I literally, I'm
I
like,
cried
I'm
because I
like,
couldn't go.
Oh, I know. I was like,
I was happy as hell. I couldn't go.
no, the whole time I'm like, it's like one of those moments where you're like, oh my god, Chino Marino is
Yeah,
literally right in
Chino.
front of you.
He is legit.
What?
Chino's a great singer.
Literally.
I've been listening to a lot of their vinyl. I picked up a lot of their vinyl lately,
Uh-huh.
because I was like, why don't I have any?
51.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, he's 51, and this
What?
is how he be.
I didn't know he was 51.
Look at, okay,
Easy,
so this is
easy on
him.
the age.
Oh, nice.
This is him, like he's.
Oh, she's showing pictures now.
Yeah, I get video.
To get back there, show and
look at
tell.
him. He's,
Yeah,
I
he's
asked her
all
for a-
around the stage.
I asked her for a picture,
Oh.
and she
He's
sent
here.
me.
okay.
She
Good
sent
luck,
me a
Autumn.
picture of herself.
Dominate the
Bye.
evening.
Have fun.
Good stuff there.
Don't vomit. Okay, sorry, I just said that quietly to myself.
Well, we just talked about some music, so I have film up on the list, but I think we do films last. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do album, brother,
Album.
because I buy a lot of vinyl.
Yeah.
Love records, love music. So I think it was about 60 albums or so last year, I believe, for 2024 records. My favorites, brother. The Last Will and Testament by Opeth. Like, I absolutely love Opeth, Swedish band. Sort of a progressive band now. They started off as black metal. They're not really black metal anymore. Even though this album brought him back to the growling and because he had done clean vocals for the last few records. Dude, it is just it's a concept record about a guy who had died and his family, and then the whole album is the family finding out what they get through the will and testament, and
Bro,
all
that's
this.
sad.
Yeah, and it's kind of dark. This musically, it's an incredible album. Songs of a Lost World by The Cure. Like,
Really?
what a fantastic record that is, right? I mean,
Yes.
they came back strong,
Yes.
dude. I mean, that was like
It's like they never left.
exactly, and it sounded like the old Disintegration days, like the
Right,
stuff
right.
I really, really love from them. Never Neverland by a band called Unto Others, which I've talked about before. They're a Portland band. I've loved them since they started, since actually before they were Unto Others. They were oh god, now I forgot what their original name was. Holy crap. But they had to change it because of copyright issues. So now they're Unto Others, but their newest album, Never Neverland, and they're starting to gain momentum, man. Like, I went to their very first show in Portland, the first show they'd ever done there, which was like 3 years ago. And now they're starting to play with bigger and bigger bands and playing in bigger venues. It's cool to watch those guys. And then even on Liquid Metal, the Sirius channel, they're playing them a lot.
Yeah.
So super cool to kind of see Unto Others starting to get a little bit of fame here. And then Judas Priest's newest album. I don't know how they keep doing it, man, but Invincible Shield, holy balls. Like, Rob Halford can still just belt it out, and he is in his 70s, dude.
Wow.
I don't even see how it's possible. And they're on tour right now. Just
Finally,
throwing it
somebody
down.
older than me.
Right.
It just doesn't happen very often.
But my winner is for favorite album, and this was a shock to me, brother. I went on my Discogs and I looked at all the records I bought in 2024, and I just kept going, this can't be my number one. It's a little embarrassing, I guess, a little bit. But, dude, it's the album I've listened to the most. I love pretty much every track on it.
Don't say Brandy Carlisle, damn it.
No, she didn't have a new album last
All
year,
right.
unfortunately.
All right.
She's due. She's got to come out with one this year. No, but it is a female, brother.
All right.
It is Dua Lipa.
Really?
Dua Lipa's latest album, Radical Optimism. Just love it.
Wow.
I mean, it damn near better than her last album, and her last album is incredible. Songs like End of an Era, Houdini, Falling Forever, Happy for You, the song Illusion, which might be my favorite Dua Lipa song of all time, like the whole family loves it, so it's just one that I can put on anytime because everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Instead of most of my stuff where they're just like, turn it on. Well, that's usually Mel. The kids kind of dig everything I listen to. But yeah, man, the new Dua Lipa is just she kills it for me, man. We're seeing her in concert again this October 15th. Climate Pledge with the whole family. The whole family's going to see Dua Lipa this year, which is
Very
going to
cool.
be a lot of fun. But yes, Dua Lipa, Radical Optimism was my favorite album of 2024. That's crazy, man.
And I didn't buy. I don't really buy albums. As I started getting into it, but what did I do? What did I slip into? Buying all the Disney albums.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, for the love of grow up!
Yeah, no, those are great.
All right,
Those old Disney records are awesome,
if
dude.
you say so. But my favorite album that came out this year, I finally an album came out that I could get excited about,
Yeah.
and it didn't disappoint, and that was The Cure's album, brother.
There you go.
Songs of a what? Of a lost.
Songs of a Lost World.
Why did I put Songs of a Lost War?
I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I love it.
It's a great record.
My fine brother got it for me for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
And my fine daughter stole it from me.
Oh, well, there you go.
If you go in her room, it's in her collection.
That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Oh, it is a great record, man.
It is.
Like,
And to
what
be
a great
honest,
comeback.
I mean,
man.
it's got to be something special if I'm going to go out and get it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, you got it for me, but definitely, that was the one that I really was looking forward to and was not disappointed.
Nice. Yeah, good stuff there, brother. So I got 2 categories left.
Okay.
I got physical releases, which is movie and music.
Okay.
So 2 of them. And then film.
All right.
What do we do first, brother? Do we do physical releases or do we do film?
Let's do physical first.
Okay, physical releases. Now, movies, I did not buy a lot of movies last year. I
Okay.
think I bought maybe 2.
That's
Like,
2 more than I bought.
yeah, I mean, it just
About
don't really
none.
buy them anymore,
Yeah.
right? But I could not pass up the Terrifier 4K
Oh, yeah,
Blu-ray
yeah.
box set, which I've talked about on the show before.
Right.
Comes with all 3 Terrifier films, a bunch of extras, all kinds of cool stuff. I couldn't not buy that. Like, I have to own this. And the fact that they're all in 4K, they're all like in steelbook, they're all beautiful
Nice.
looking. That was absolutely my favorite physical release for movies last year. And then for album, a few of them. So a few honorable mentions. First off, and I bought this one for autumn too, The Words and Music of a House of a Thousand Corpses.
Nice.
By Waxwork Records, who's my favorite company.
Yeah.
But such a cool, unique release. It's literally the film on vinyl. So, I mean, it's the film on vinyl. So
Yeah.
you're hearing all the dialogue, like everything, right?
cool.
And then you can follow along with a cool book that they made for it.
Yeah.
And then they also came out with some cool, like, little pop-up things you could do, like little characters you could pop out of the
Nice.
of the gatefold and stuff, which
Yeah.
of course I did not do. I don't mess with that. I ain't trying
Right,
to wreck my
right.
stuff. But cool nonetheless. So that was an awesome one.
You know what I need?
What you need?
I need a Wax Records for Disney.
A wax record. Yeah, there you go. Well, they do their own. They have that
No,
cool website too, the Disney Music Emporium.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
how often do they come up with anything new?
No, that's true. It's
Never.
not a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I wish they would release a bunch of new ride soundtracks.
Oh, that
or
would be
park
cool,
soundtrack
dude.
That
Because
they
they have those
never,
old classic ones.
Yes, that they. Well, how about the ones that they've never released before?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, I get some stuff underground for Mouse Ears Radio,
Sure.
and one of the things I have that was underground was the new Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh,
It's not what
nice.
it's called, but I'd love to see that album come out.
Agreed. And I would probably buy all those. Like,
Yes.
honestly, like even me, I would buy all those.
Yes.
Like if they came out with the ones for like Star Wars, like the
And
Star
did it
Wars
real
rides
cool,
and stuff.
colored
Yeah.
albums. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
They should do that, man.
I would be buying them.
Why not?
Yeah.
And there's a market for that, man.
There is a big Disney record lovers group
Oh, that's cool.
that just is always down on Disney because they never release
Yeah.
anything.
yeah. And they, dude, that's actually a
Tokyo
really good point.
Disneyland releases more audio from their park
Really?
than we do
On
here
like
in the United
vinyl or
States.
just like digital, like CD?
Mostly CDs.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Man, that's a yeah.
and I can
missing
get
there.
I can get tons of that stuff, but I don't
Right.
I don't enjoy it because I can't relate to it.
Yeah, sure.
You know,
sure.
and a lot of it's not in English.
oh
So,
yeah, of course. But
but,
man, that would be cool to see more of that stuff.
Just a little
especially
wish I'd throw
vinyl. Like, God,
thought I'd throw that
super
out
cool,
there.
Yeah. Another physical release I loved was the Opeth album, Last Will and Testament, which you talked about. It's a great package, and it sounds incredible on vinyl, like so well done. Right Here, Right Now by Ghost. So they released the soundtrack to the film, and it has one brand new song on it at the time, which is awesome. It's one of my kids' favorite songs. But then just the live performances were fantastic, and the packaging is super cool. I love the cover of it. Lots of cool pictures from the shows. So that's a super sweet set. And then Godzilla -1, the soundtrack that Waxwork released on vinyl. I already talked about how much I love the film. The soundtrack is beautiful. Like, just sounds great. And it was such a great soundtrack. And it's just the whole package. Waxwork, everything they release is just beautiful. And they did a hell of a job on Godzilla -1. But the winner is my favorite album physical release of 2024 was actually a box set. And it was Black Sabbath Anno Domini, brother, is the name.
Wow.
The vinyl set. It had either hard to find or previously completely unpressed records from Black Sabbath's Tony Martin era, which was from 1989 to 1995. So this isn't the Ozzy stuff. That stuff's been out forever.
Yeah.
These are records that were incredibly hard to find. And again, some had not been released. So it's 4 albums. There's a replica concert book in it. There's a 40-page book with photos, artwork, liner notes. There's a Headless Cross poster, which was the first album of his era. Just a really nice package, solid tunes, mastered fantastic. The records sound really good. And just kind of an era of Black Sabbath that most people don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just cool to own it too, but also just a really, really well done set. So that was my favorite album release of last year, Black Sabbath's Anno Domini.
Very nice,
Yeah,
brother.
good stuff. brother.
Very nice.
And that, my good friends,
Takes you to film.
takes us to film,
All
brother.
right.
Damn it. Sorry, I got upset just then. Do you want me to rattle mine off?
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
I didn't go see any film.
Damn it. And you didn't watch the goddamn movies I told you to watch. Oh,
There was a special event.
Please.
D23 had an awesome
Please.
thing about the 70 years of Disneyland.
Well, I guarantee you it wasn't as good as Wild Robot or Flow.
Okay.
Guarantee you. And it's shameful. The fact that you're an animation guy and you haven't seen 2 of the best animated films in years.
I'm sorry.
Years. And I'm talking Wild Robot is one of my favorite of all time.
Really?
Yes, dude, that film is incredible. You disappoint the hell out of me.
Sorry.
Here we go, though. Films that I absolutely loved last year. Some honorable mentions. Dune 2, which I gave an 8. Just a freaking phenomenal film. Oddity was a strange, crazy, twisted film that I gave an 8 and absolutely loved. Long Legs, which another kind of twisted. I like the films that are a little bit different. And I feel like every film on my list is a little bit different. It's not like just your average, just kind of film you watch and like, okay, I've seen that. Like, I feel like every film on my list is just a little bit different, which
Yeah.
I love. Nosferatu, which I just recently saw because that was, one of the big Oscar films. Gave that one an 8 because I absolutely love that. Now, let's get to my top 5.
All righty.
Number 5. You're going to hear some repeats here for sure. 'Cause
All right.
Number 5, it is Ghost, Right Here, Right Now.
Every time you say that, I think about that song from the 80s.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right
Oh, yeah.
here, right
Which is
now.
funny because, I
It-
mean,
it-
Ghost has a song right here now.
And it's
So
driving me nuts because I'm trying to think of who's saying it.
that was Jesus Jones, bro.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's
a solid,
right.
That's a solid song and a solid album, actually.
Nice, brother.
Yeah,
Very
yes,
nice.
sir.
Dang, I pictured what he looked like.
Yeah.
But I could not remember the name.
But I did love me some Ghost right here, right now. Saw it multiple times. Saw it in the theater with Mel. We didn't take the kids because it's Ghost, and they have, they
Yeah.
have a lot of questionable
Yeah.
videos that the kids can't watch, and we're just like, I don't know what it's going to be like. Nothing crazy in that film that the kids couldn't see. So once it came out on digital, the kids were watching it over and over, and it was just. So I've seen it a lot now, and it's just a great, great concert film. At number 4, it's Wild Robot, brother. I gave it a 9. Like I just. Absolutely, like I said, one of my favorite animated films of all time. It doesn't get much better than that to me as far as animation goes. At number 3, and these are all Oscar films here.
All right.
Oh, you know what I didn't mention is my first honorable mention, my main honorable mention that just outside my top 5 was September 5, which is one of the Oscar films. It was only up for screenplay, which is the only reason I saw it, but I'm so glad it was an Oscar film because that film was freaking incredible, dude. It was about the 1972 Munich Olympics with the kidnappings. You remember that with the Jewish team?
Yes.
So it's all about that, but completely through the eyes of ABC Sports.
So then that's what I was watching at the time that happened.
Right. And, dude, so you would love this film. Like,
And
it is
as a kid,
fascinating.
that event turned my world upside down.
No kidding.
Yeah, because
That was pretty crazy, man.
you never had anything like that happen.
Right.
And there I am. It's the Olympics. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yay, the Olympics. And then that happened. And it's like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I just remember as a kid just being,
Yes, you
dumbstruck.
lived through it. Like I was, obviously before I was born.
yeah. I mean, I remember seeing them in masks.
Yes, you see it out there. They
It was-
kept going out on the deck and stuff.
Yes, just the horror
I
of
mean,
it.
bro, you would love this film. You
Yeah, I
would
bet I
love
would.
this film because,
Yeah.
and then you're into the whole TV, like,
Yes,
because
yeah.
that's it. That's what it is, man. It's ABC Sports
Wow.
and how they covered it, and they're right next to like the Olympic Village,
Right.
Like where their broadcast center
Yeah.
was. It's a fascinating movie because ABC News was trying to take it over
That's amazing.
from the U.S.
Yeah.
And the guy running ABC Sports, there it was like, hell no, we're here.
Yeah.
We're 100 yards from what's happening. Like, you're not taking this from
That's
us.
incredible.
So
I'd
there was
love to
this
see that.
like power struggle between the news
Yeah.
and sports, and like just how they ended up covering it. It's
Brothers
just
out on Plex.
yes, it is, and it is a fascinating.
What's it called?
film. September 5.
September 5th.
Yeah, it was absolutely one of my favorite Oscar films, and it's not up for Best
Wow.
Picture, and it's better than almost half of the Best Pictures.
Wow.
Like it's sad that it was only up for screenplay because, dude, I mean, it is. Mel too, like just loved it, and again, it's awesome too because 72, they made a control room like it would have been in 72.
Oh, wow, that's
so
cool.
all the old gear, like the tape ops, are these reel to reel,
Oh,
right?
wow, yeah.
And they're
I
slowing it
remember
down
those.
manually, and
Yep.
like it's just so that part of it was cool too. But
We
it's
used to
just,
run those when I was in high school.
yeah, exactly,
All
right?
of our video that we did, all the video work we did was on
Yeah.
those big reel-to-reels.
Yeah, freaking cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
So what a great film September 5 was. Just barely didn't make my top 5.
Mm.
I am at number 3, and that is Anora, which is one of the big Oscar films. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, so I'll just move on. But man, Anora blew me away. Didn't even want to watch it. I saw the premise. I'm like, oh God, I don't care. And holy crap, I absolutely love that film. Number 2, another Oscar film, and God, this movie ruled. And that is The Substance, brother. The one with Demi Moore that just goes freaking off the rails. I cannot believe it's an Oscar movie. And I absolutely applaud the Academy for making this an Oscar film because it is bat-ass crazy. Like, just an incredible film. Gave it a 9. That is my number 2. But my winner, brother, and you might know because I haven't listed it yet, it was close because The Substance and Anora, I absolutely those were really close to being number 1, both of them.
Yeah.
But nothing, brother, for me and my wheelhouse beats Terrifier 3.
There you
like
go.
just that, I was just sitting in awe in the theater watching that film when I saw it for the first time. Just like that chainsaw scene. I'll never forget watching that chainsaw scene for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
that was just and everything done with practical effects. Obviously, Terrifier 3, not for everybody.
No.
It's the most brutal freaking American horror film you will ever see. And just Art the Clown, we have him in our house still. Like, I just love Art the Clown. So Terrifier 3, brother, was my favorite film of 2024.
Well, let me see as how I've disappointed you so badly.
Yes, you did.
I feel terrible. Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Of the two movies, Flow and Wild Robot, which do you think that I would end up liking better?
I think Wild Robot.
You think Wild
Because you
Robot?
notice Flow was not in any of my lists.
Yeah. I did notice.
Even though I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's more of Flow is more of an experience.
Yeah.
More of like, but not something not something I would want to rewatch a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I saw it once. It's kind of exhausting to watch.
Yeah.
But it is an incredible piece of filmmaking though. Like the art, everything. But Wild Robot is just, it's beautiful. The story and characters are awesome. The music's great. Like everything about Wild Robot. It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's got everything you need in a great animated film.
Huh.
So, yeah. I would say Wild Robot.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I saw them both, brother.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Of course I did.
You bastard.
Ah.
Okay, well,
I
let's
saw 'em both.
let's see what you think.
So let's start off with Wild Robot.
Okay.
I thought it was really cool.
Yes.
Visually, amazing, like
Yes.
you said. It's really cool to see how computer animation is progressing.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Man, some of those scenes of the water.
Oh,
and-
dude.
I mean, it's just,
It's a gorgeous film, yeah.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it.
Did you feel the emotion in it?
Not as much as I
Really?
thought I was going to.
Gotcha. Interesting.
I think I just didn't. It didn't. This movie actually did not pull me in.
Really?
And there were times when I felt like, well, this is a cute little family movie.
Ooh. Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And
Man,
that
I
kind
thought
of
the meaning was,
surprised.
and the whole meaning, like, it's just deep.
Yeah,
like,
it
there's
is.
a lot going on in that
It
film.
is. It is. It is. But for some reason, it just did not grasp me like I thought it would.
Interesting.
And I kind of got used to how good it looked.
Mm-hmm.
So toward the end, I kind of forgot. I know, it sounds really stupid. But for some reason, this movie did not have the impact on me that I thought it would.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
I'm sorry.
Well, what
Sorry.
about Flow?
Flow, story of a kitten, or a cat.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised when it started because of the type of animation that they
Yeah.
used.
Really interesting animation.
It, because it's 3D, you expect it to be amazing, beautiful, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. It's very raw.
Yeah.
There are times when you can actually almost see how the characters are put together.
Mm-hmm.
They're
Yeah.
very raw.
Right.
But brother, Flow, I loved.
Did you?
this
Okay.
movie.
Okay. Yeah.
I loved this
I mean,
movie.
it's an experience, right?
I
Like, it's
found
just
myself sitting here with my mouth wide open
really.
at many parts of the
That's
movie.
awesome. I mean, it's intense. You
Not a word is spoken in the
didn't-
movie.
exactly. Not a single word.
No, and it's and then the end comes,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it hits me emotionally, and I'm not even sure why because I'm
interesting.
not quite sure what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, there was the questionable thing with the whale,
and then
correct?
yeah.
Is that like what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
and then it ends. It just ends.
Yeah, right.
And it left me with the most horrible, empty. Oh, to me, it was like they'd gotten through so much. I don't want to give it away, but they went through so much together, and that they finally found something that they couldn't do.
Right.
And it ended.
Mm-hmm. But then
And
at
it-
the very end,
Yeah.
it creates
Yes.
that hope again.
Yes.
Right? Like
Yes.
nature will survive.
Right. And I was
things will
wondering.
survive.
And I
Like,
was
it's-
wondering about that.
Yeah.
I thought, now what? So,
Yeah.
You know what? It's the kind of movie where I'd love to go read the book,
Oh yeah.
but
sure.
of course, I'm sure
yeah,
there is no book.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because of my crazy love for cats,
Yeah, I'm sure that has
but
something to do
just the way the cat was. I mean, you
Yeah.
knew every minute what he was feeling,
with it. That's right. That's exactly right.
and that was
yeah.
just incredible.
Uh-huh.
And the other animals that are in it.
Yeah, the capybara is
Oh
awesome,
my
dude.
God, he's awesome.
And that giant, like the crane.
Yes.
And what happens to him, dude?
Yes.
It's sad. I'm like, oh
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
But then, he becomes a major character on the boat. Like,
but then that was a little confusing to me too.
and the dogs are
It's
cool.
like, what happened to what? I mean, I get it. I know it's a spiritual thing going on here.
Oh, right.
But
that scene actually bugged me a bit.
Yeah, I'm like, but
A little
what
bit.
are they trying to tell me?
Yeah, right.
There were times when I was a little confused. And like all of a sudden, the animals are animals. They're not human.
right.
They're animals, but they start driving the boat, which
Yeah,
I thought
right, I know.
was interesting. I thought that was
Yeah, the
interesting.
crane and then the capybara, like, yeah, they're all
Yes.
kind of, because isn't the capybara trying to do it? It's
Yeah.
just like all,
Yeah.
he's all cattywomp,
Yeah.
so the freaking crane goes up and stops him.
Yes, I just and the interplay between the different animals.
Yeah.
I just
And really, like, if you haven't seen it, the whole movie's about, like brother said, the cat, and then, like, his homeland where he's at gets flooded.
flooded. Yeah,
Like, and flooded, like, there's no explanation.
it reminds me of Noah's Ark,
Yeah, a little, yeah, right.
right? Because
And how fast the water rises
oh
and stuff.
God,
It's just
it's
like,
terrifying.
what the
almost.
hell?
Yeah,
Yeah, so and unexplained, right?
Exactly,
You have no
yes.
idea why this
Yeah,
is happening,
you don't
or,
know why.
or, anything else. But it is, yeah. It's. Do you see what I mean? How you're kind of exhausted when it's
Oh,
done,
absolutely.
just emotionally and like
absolutely.
because it's tense sometimes
Yeah.
too, man. There's a lot of really
this
intense
movie
films. or
grabbed
series.
grabbed a hold of me.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was in this movie.
I could see that. Yeah,
And yeah, just wow. I mean,
nice.
just wow.
Well, and I do think that will win the Oscar for best
I
animated
hope
feature.
so.
I think it will.
I hope
it's
so.
beaten Wild Robot everywhere else. So I don't
Yeah.
see why it doesn't win at the
See,
Academy Awards.
Wild Robot to me was a DreamWorks film, and I know DreamWorks had a lot to do with it. I don't know if it's actually a DreamWorks film, but DreamWorks. Did you see that?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's DreamWorks. Yeah,
Had a lot, and to me, it was kind of like a DreamWorks film. It was light. I felt it was light. I didn't think it was that heavy.
oh, it's definitely not as heavy as Flow.
The whole idea behind it is heavy,
Yeah,
but I don't know.
and I think it gets really emotional towards the end.
me,
I felt, yeah,
A little bit.
yeah,
A little bit. I don't know.
and I think it's just so well done. Like I love the characters. I love the just.
Do you
I
know
don't
what's really weird
everything
about it?
About that film.
Think
is
about
great.
Flow
Yeah.
and think about Wild Robot.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot alike. There's a lot of water in both movies.
Oh yeah, sure.
There's a lot. There were times that I'm like, wow, this is like the same scene I just saw in Flow. I mean, it was,
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
it was really funny.
Yeah.
And it's got all the animals.
Right.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But yeah, to me, where Wild Robot was more light as far as the funny characters. I love the fox.
The fox is
Oh,
awesome.
the fox is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Flow is just very more adult-like.
It is for
Flow
sure.
is.
Yeah, the kids were so on Flow.
Yeah,
which
can
makes
totally
sense,
see
right?
that.
Yeah, totally. And they Flow, they have not turned on again. You know what I mean?
And see now, Flow,
Wild Robot, they have.
I would love to see Flow again.
See, that was interesting because I was like, okay, I don't think I need to see it again.
Ah,
Like it was amazing, incredible. Like that's why I could see it winning. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, this doesn't deserve to win because
Yeah.
it does. It's so unique and like. But to me, Wild Robot is way more, just has more rewatch factor.
I knew it was something robot. So I found it on your thing and I started watching.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. I'm like,
Like what is
what? And
this?
it was like pencil drawings. And so I'm like, what the hell? And that's why last night you got a text from me
Oh,
going,
but what was it
what
called?
was the name of that? I don't know what the hell
Should have
movie
gone to
was.
the Oscar collection.
It was it was something it was something robot.
Is it just robots? Because there's that animated film
No,
Robots.
it wasn't
from years
robots.
ago.
It was about this little character who's like in the beginning he's watching TV.
Is it animated?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He's watching
I'm not
TV
even sure what that one
and he
is.
looks over and he sees the neighbor husband and wife watching TV.
Oh.
And they're like animals, and they're having so much fun, and he's sitting there all alone.
Yeah, that
and
was
he's
an
so-
Oscar film too, I think.
And then he's watching TV, and there's an advertisement about this robot that you can buy.
Yeah.
And so he buys one of these robots, and he goes. But about at that point where I see the robot, it is just like a very simple drawing of a robot. I'm like, this cannot be.
Oh,
movie.
I know what you're talking about. Actually, I did that film.
Yeah, is it
Because
cool?
that's another film. It's Robot Dreams.
That's it.
right.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
That movie's killer.
Oh, I should finish watching it.
Yeah, because that was another Oscar film.
because I was enjoying it.
Yeah, and that one has no dialogue either.
Right, exactly.
There's no
yeah,
dialogue
right.
in that.
Right.
So kind of interesting.
yeah.
But yeah, Robot Dreams. That was 2023. That was up for the Oscar for
But I
best
watched a
animated
good
feature.
part of the beginning of it before I realized this cannot be.
That's hilarious.
Say, I kept thinking maybe it was going to suddenly like
Right.
jolt into this world.
No, that's actually a pretty solid film. Yeah, very archaic as far as the
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah.
But that's a cool story,
I'll
and the
have to
ending's
check
cool.
that back out
It's
again.
actually a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, I'll go back and watch
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Yeah. Well, there you go, brother.
There you go.
We did it. I'm proud of you, brother. Proud. of
All right. And I watched them back to back, brother.
you. Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
After
Yeah.
I watched the Disney show.
Oh, there you go.
I was
so you were busy.
So
Busy.
tired last night.
Yeah,
brother.
oh, I bet.
And then after all the after I watched all that stuff is when I did my what little research I got to do on this show.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, man. Fun stuff, bro.
yes,
Fun
sir.
stuff.
So where does that take us now?
Oh, man. I guess that takes us back to sports, right?
You could, yeah, if you've got sports.
I think so. I got a little bit I'll get through.
Do
I
it.
mean, the NFL announced this week that they're going to be using a virtual measuring system to determine first downs.
Really?
Replacing the chain gang in 2025.
No,
I'm
no,
down.
no,
Now,
no.
listen, I say replacing the chain gang, they will still be there.
Oh, good.
They're like the backup, but this needed to happen. Like, it's the same technology they use in tennis, which has actually been, and it's been pretty flawless in
Really?
tennis. So it will like show you exactly where the ball is spotted. So, because there was a lot of controversy this year about was it a first down, should have
Yeah.
been a first down, like
Yeah,
reviews don't always get it right.
Right.
So I'm kind of down. I feel like that officiating in sports needs to start using AI.
Yeah.
Like to just get it right. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like just so interested in that. The salary cap in the NFL, they've upped it to a whopping and record $279.2 million,
Oh, my
which is
God.
crazy. And they're also looking to change the overtime rules. So I'm
Oh.
down with that because I hate the NFL's overtime right now.
Yeah.
I hate
Not a
the
fan
fact
of it.
that the first team can just take the ball
Yeah.
down and score and the game's over.
Yeah, to me it's confusing.
It's just dumb. Like
Yeah.
it's not fair. I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
I love the way college does it. I'd love to see them just adopt the college.
Yeah.
and-
How do they do it?
Well, so each team gets a possession,
Uh-huh.
like automatically, and they start at the 25. Is it 25? Yeah, I think it's 25. And then, but then as the overtimes go, you have to start going for two, like each time,
Oh.
as there's more and more overtimes.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's way more fair because
Yeah.
every team gets a chance, right?
Yeah.
And there's never a sudden death part of it. It's like one team gets the ball, the other team gets the ball. So if the first team gets a field goal, the second team can get a field goal, and then that second team gets the ball first in the next overtime.
Yeah, that
and
makes
it's
sense.
like, but then the other team always gets a chance.
Right.
So
and
it's
that's fair.
yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it's just more exciting too.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I hope that's where they go. Hey, and the Rams just today, big announcement from the Rams
Uh-oh.
that Matthew Stafford is coming back to
Oh.
the Rams. Thank God. There was a lot of trade talks about him potentially going to the Raiders or going to the Giants. Nope, that's all killed. He is back with the Rams. Super excited about that.
My wife tells me the Seahawks are keeping their quarterback.
Oh yeah, Geno's their guy. Yeah, Geno's definitely the guy. You might lose DK Metcalf. I just read about that today. There could be a potential trade.
Yeah.
Losing DK Metcalf, but
I
we'll
don't
see.
want him as quarterback again.
I know, right?
Come
I wouldn't
on.
be excited about it.
You guys want to make some real changes?
Yeah, right.
Switch out a quarterback. Come
Yeah.
on.
I hear you there, man. I
He's
hear you.
not consistent enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when he's on, he's on.
Exactly.
But he's just not on all the
No.
time. And usually when they really need him to be, he's
Exactly,
not. So I hear you there. I say keep him for the rest of his career. And then Travis Kelce, you just see he announced he's returning. Because that
Oh.
was a big question mark. So
Yeah.
great. We get to see
Good.
freaking
Yeah.
Taylor Swift all year next year.
Yeah,
too.
there you
Can't
go.
wait. NASCAR brother Christopher Bell won the race in Atlanta last week.
Nice.
And this Sunday they are at the Circuit of the Americas in
Oh.
Austin. So I love the road racing in NASCAR.
Yeah.
They just beat and bang each other. That's going to be fun. And then also on Sunday, IndyCar's 2025 season kicks off with the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg in
Nice.
Florida. So looking forward to that as well. But there you go. There's sports, brother.
All right.
Which takes us to music.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Huge tour news, brother. For me, anyways. Oh, they announced a new U.S. tour. They're going to be playing at White River on August 22nd.
Ooh.
Playing with Amon Amarth, which is a cool-ass band that I actually saw at White River opening for somebody else. I don't remember who it was. And I was kind of blown away by them. And so now they're opening this tour too, which is super cool. Oh my God, brother. It's my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
Pantera.
Oh, wow.
Coming to White River.
Wow.
Oh my God. As soon as I saw that, like Mel reached out like, aren't you glad we got the tickets this year? You would have been so pissed if you didn't. So I cannot wait, man. I'm counting the days to August 22nd for Pantera.
I have yet for you to tell me somebody who I really like.
Yeah, there hasn't been there's been like 6 or 7 announcements so far.
Gotcha.
So definitely more to come. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But actually, I'm pretty happy with the announcement so
I
far.
can see why you would be.
There's
there.
only like Thomas Rhett got announced. He's a country guy. Obviously,
Yeah.
I don't care about that. And I think there's one, like Creed. Jesus.
Wow.
All right, dude. Bah!
Uh,
Like, are you kidding? I was so pissed when I saw that. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Freaking Creed.
Is he healthy enough to be?
Oh, God, hopefully not. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's mean.
I have to say, I really liked him, and I felt really bad for the things that he went through.
I don't even know what he's been through.
He went through a lot of mental issues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
So, I don't know, because I liked him when he was out. I get it, why
Gotcha.
people make their jokes.
Yeah.
But,
just not a fan, man.
Yeah, I get it.
And I didn't even know they were still that big. Like,
I didn't either.
apparently they are, so it is what it is. Let's get to the Amazon Top 5.
All right.
Brother, this week. Interesting Top 5. At number 5, it's Lisa. With her album Alter Ego. It's the Sunny version.
Huh?
It's an Amazon exclusive edition. The world-renowned rapper, singer, dancer, and style icon, Lisa is releasing her debut solo album today. With Alter Ego, Lisa emulates 5 unique characters, showcasing her versatility and edge. Interesting. It includes the singles Rockstar, New Woman, and Moonlit Floor, which have a combined 1.2 billion
Whoa.
streams.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. And this is her first album. Like, I've never heard of her, but holy cow. She came on the scene strong.
Huh.
Number 4. How about this? It's Avantasia is the name of the band.
Weird.
With their new album, Here Be Dragons.
It'll be dragons.
Yes, this is a German supergroup
I see.
metal opera
Yeah,
project.
nice.
Yeah, crazy. The cover's awesome. It's like an old, like 80s kind of style.
Yeah.
Dragon on the front, like
Nice.
it's with a castle. It's super cool, dude. And this is actually their 10th studio album, so they've been around a long time. Number 3, a little more metal, brother. It's Architects with the album The Sky, the Earth, and All Between.
You metalheads are taking over the
That's
world.
right. I love it. The 11th studio album for the British metalcore band from Brighton, East Sussex, brother. Actually formed by twin brothers in 2004. How
Huh.
about that?
Ain't that something?
I know. Number 2, love this one, probably my favorite of the week. It is Charlie XCX. I love me some Charlie XCX. With Brat, and It's Completely Different is the title. Because, of course, Brat was her album from last year. Fantastic record. Brat, and It's Completely Different is a remix album of the Brat record.
Oh, gotcha.
And it also includes a deluxe track, Guess. This is coming out on a 2LP green vinyl set on Amazon.com.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
For March, for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, very good call, brother.
Yes.
Very good call. And at number 1 this week, it's a soundtrack to an Oscar film that we watched last night, and that finished it for me, brother, as far as the best pictures. Finally.
Yeah.
And that is A Complete Unknown soundtrack, brother.
Huh.
Features 23 tracks recorded live from the film, like A Hard Rain's Gonna Fall, Like a Rolling Stone, and Girl from the North Country. Of course, the soundtrack includes performances from Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan, Edward Norton as Pete Seeger, Monica Barbaro as Joan Baez,
Wow.
and Boyd Holbrook as Johnny Cash. And they're
Wow.
like the main stars in the film. It's an interesting soundtrack. Like it doesn't look like it's coming out on vinyl at least yet. You know, I don't know. Would you want this soundtrack? It's not the original people singing the songs,
Probably not.
right? I was kind of
Yeah.
like, and I'll talk about the film because we're going to get to that really soon. But yeah, I was like, I wouldn't buy this soundtrack. Like it's, I don't know. But anyways, hey, what the hell? It's number 1, A Complete Unknown soundtrack, brother.
Very nice, brother. Mm-hmm. That is so nice. Where are we going now?
We're going to television. What you got? You got to have something. I'm tired of talking.
I have nothing. I know. I'm sitting here thinking,
God.
oh, this is sad. That's okay. I'll have all my work later.
No, there you go.
Cutting all your crap out. Oh, just kidding.
Let's get through television quickly. There are 3 new shows to mention. First
right.
is Shoresy Season 4 on Hulu. That's a Canadian comedy that centers around a hockey player. But in this season, he's in uncharted territory, brother. A life without hockey.
Zah.
I know. Say it's not so. Also, House of David on Prime Video, brother. You might be
David.
interested in that.
Yeah.
It's an epic biblical drama.
Ah.
The first 3 episodes out now. And then last but not least, or maybe least, I don't know, it's Running Point on Netflix. This is interesting. It's Kate Hudson. She stars in this sharp, fast-paced sports comedy where she steps in as president of the Los Angeles Waves, the legendary basketball franchise that's also her family's pride and joy. So obviously a fake franchise, right? There's no
Yeah.
Los Angeles Waves. Yeah. This is obviously, I mean, I didn't read it, but it's got to be a take on the Lakers. Because with the female owner and her
Right,
family, own the team forever. So I have a feeling this is just kind of like a spoof on the Lakers.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of makes me want to check it out. But it's Running Point
Do it, brother.
on Netflix, brother.
Nice.
And now we hit movies, sir.
Oh, yes.
Woo, holy crap. My God, there's a lot here. Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Because this is the week, brother.
Yeah?
The 97th Annual Academy Awards
Yes, sir.
are live this Sunday night.
Hooray for Hollywood.
Now, Mel and I are all about the Oscars, right?
sir.
We watch all of In fact, we've seen every film but one. And we're going to finish that one. We're going to watch that one tonight.
Nice.
And that's the Elton John film that's up for original song with Brandy Carlisle, actually.
Have I not seen that?
I don't think you have. It's the Elton John documentary.
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So it's supposed to be pretty good. But that is the last film, and then we have seen every
Wow.
Oscar film.
That's impressive.
Yeah, outside of the shorts. We don't do the shorts.
All
because,
right.
first of all, most of them are really hard to find.
Yeah.
So we don't watch the short live action or short documentary or short animated. Just
Okay.
because,
That makes sense.
I mean, my God, enough's enough.
Yeah.
We got like 33 films this year?
Yeah, and like you said, a shorter time because of the fires in L.A.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was truly a death race, as they like to call it, which is super cool. So anyways, we spend these last couple months focused on the Oscars, and then completely I hosed us by getting tickets to Cirque du Soleil on Sunday night.
Oh my God.
Didn't even think about it. I looked at my calendar, which I did not have
no.
the Oscars in the calendar, which I will from now on. And I'm like, oh, this day's open. And it's like the last day of Cirque du Soleil
What are you
here
gonna do?
in Redmond. We're going to Cirque du Soleil. It's going to be
There
our
you
pre-funk. It's going to be our pre-funk. So we're
Yeah.
going to do Cirque du Soleil, rush home. The show's at 5.
Yeah.
Cirque du Soleil, we're going to rush home, start the Oscars. So it's going to be a late Sunday
right.
night for us, like, no
beautiful.
doubt. But it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Because the Oscars do start at 4 p.m. I think that's the part of the red carpet. I think the
Damn.
actual show starts at
Oh,
5.
gotcha. Yeah.
It's going to be on Sunday on ABC or Hulu, hosted by Conan O'Brien. Can't wait. He's going to be an awesome host, and
Yeah.
he's been through some crap. Conan O'Brien. He just lost both of his parents.
Oh.
I know he was evacuated from his home with the fires. Like, he's been
Oh.
through a lot of hell. So,
Wow.
going to be interesting. And then now, like, I'm really interested to see, are they going to do, like, they have to, something about Gene Hackman, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some kind of tribute.
They better.
Which, that makes them have to scramble.
Yes.
That just happening a couple days before
Yeah.
the event. Interesting. But super excited for it. Here's what we're going to do, brother. Because of freaking an ordinary, or what's the name of that film? Freaking A Complete Unknown not being released until late this week. I couldn't do a lot of the Oscar categories or the acting categories because that's in like most of them. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Best Picture nominees. Bro.
All right.
Best Picture nominees. Let's get right to it.
All right.
And I'm going to do it in my order, okay? Starting with number 10, which is Nickel Boys, which I gave a 6. Was not a big fan of Nickel Boys. It's based on the Pulitzer Prize winning novel. It chronicles the powerful friendship between two young African-American men navigating the harrowing trials of reform school together in Florida. It's up for 2 Oscars, Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay. My least favorite. Mel wasn't that into it either. It's just fine. It was fine. But I'm also like, God, I feel like there were films like September 5 and some of these others that were just so much better. But I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that absolutely loved it. Who knows? At number 9, brother, Wicked, which I gave a 6.5. I've talked about it before. Just not really for me.
Yeah.
But it's a fun film. It's a beautiful looking film. It is nominated for 10 Oscars. Wicked is, which I was surprised about it being up for that many.
Yeah.
But picture, actress, supporting actress, makeup and hairstyling, score, sound, visual effects, editing, production design, and costume design. I do believe it will win costume design at least, because the rest of the costume designs are very like, I don't know, like Conclave and even like A Complete Unknown. Just, I don't know, nothing spectacular. I
Yeah.
don't think. It's just, but Wicked is just, it's over the top with its, costumes, and
Right.
so I just have a feeling that's going to take it. Number 8, brother, the longest film, kind of like this show. It's The Brutalist, which I gave a 7. Like, it was solid, but I would never watch it again.
This show's about an hour and a half right now.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
We'll hit 2 hours, I think, probably. When a visionary architect and his wife flee post-war Europe in 1947 to rebuild their legacy and witness the birth of modern United States, their lives are changed forever by a mysterious, wealthy client. The Brutalist up for 10 Oscars as well. Picture, actor, actress, supporting actor, score, directing, original screenplay, cinematography, editing, and production design. 3 hours and 40 minutes
Oh,
this film
God.
was. It was the one that has the intermission.
You could have watched Low
Yeah.
and Wild
And
Robot
Wild Robot.
and still have
Yeah.
time left over.
Exactly, right? But honestly, it didn't feel that long. It's a well-made film, but just not something I would be like, oh, you have to see The Brutalist. Like, it just, I don't know.
Why was that movie called Low?
Flow.
Flow? Oh, because of the water.
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry.
There you go. You'll be all right.
It's, I'm over here tripping out. I'm tired. I'm hungry.
I heard you. Heard that.
Sorry.
Let's get to number 7, brother. Number 7 has actually been a big winner this award season. It took a lot of the BAFTAs, and like it's getting a lot of love, and that is Conclave, which I gave a 7.5. Solid film. When Cardinal Lawrence is tasked with leading one of the world's most secretive and ancient events, selecting a new pope, he finds himself at the center of a web of conspiracies and intrigue that could shake the very foundation of the Catholic Church. It's up for 8 Oscars: picture, actor, actress in a supporting role, score, adapted screenplay, editing, production design, and costume design. Ray Fiennes in this, solid, like he was fantastic in it. And it is a really interesting like process of how they pick a new pope, which I had no idea how they did that. So just to kind of see how that all works,
fun
was
game.
really interesting. What's that?
A board game. Pick a pope.
Oh yeah, pick
Wouldn't
a
it be
pope.
fun?
Pick a pope.
Yeah, I mean, and inside there'd be a pope on a rope made of soap.
Pope on a rope.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that, brother. That's good stuff right there.
Like it? It's a
It's
clean joke.
yes, that's right.
Get it?
Exactly. I do totally do. Good stuff. Let's get to number 6, brother. And now we're getting to the films that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like, it was a pretty solid crop of Best Picture films this year. But I feel like at number 6 is where it really starts to level up a notch. And 6 is I'm Still Here, which I gave a solid 8. This is the one film we had to go see in the theater, and I'm glad we did, because it is still not available. Sounds like it might not be till summer that it comes
Wow.
out on digital or any kind of platform. In this film, a mother is forced to reinvent herself when her family's life is shattered by an act of arbitrary violence during the tightening grip of a military dictatorship in Brazil, 1971.
Wait, you mean this one's not on Plex?
No, this is the only...
Wow.
The only Oscar film I do not have, but
Wow.
as soon as I can get it, it will be added
That makes it
to
special.
the Oscar collection. That's right. This film is in Portuguese. It's nominated for 3 Oscars: Best Picture, Best International Feature, and Best Actress. Fernanda Torres is the actress in this. She was so good, dude. Like so good. And it kind of covers. It goes over years. And interesting enough, at the end of the movie, when she's much older, it's her mom playing the role, because her mom was an actress for years and years in Brazil. So it's a pretty solid, pretty emotional film with her husband basically gets taken away and she doesn't know why, and he gets kind of put in this somewhat of a prison, and then things happen. It's just it's a pretty impactful film, really well done. I'm Still Here. I have it number 6, brother. At number 5, the most controversial film at the Oscars this year that's really, it's made the Oscars wide open, because Emilia Perez, which I have at number 5, and I'm surprised I have it that high, because, again, this was a film I did not want to see.
Yeah.
But I gave it a solid 8 as well. Emilia Perez follows 3 remarkable women in Mexico, each pursuing their own happiness. Cartel leader Emilia enlists unappreciated lawyer Rita to help fake her death so that she can finally live authentically as her true self. So she becomes a woman, starts the film off as a man, right? It is a musical, too. So I'm just like, what? And it's sometimes bizarrely a musical. Like, the songs are just like, what? But it is so different. It's so well done. It's just...
Interesting.
A lot of great characters, but the lead actress in this is, we've talked about a little bit, is all kinds of controversy because of a lot of the social media posts she made, which she's since obviously retracted. And, that she doesn't even have an account anymore. But the damage was done, right? So it's going to be really interesting to see how the Oscars treat, or how the voters treat this film, because it is nominated for the most awards.
Really?
Nominated for 13 Oscars. Is it going to win any? Like, are they just going to dismiss this film because of her? We'll have to wait and see. And I just read this today that Amazon, it actually is allowing her to go to the Oscars. And there's a lot of people that are pissed about that. Like, they don't even want her there. So it's definitely going to create some drama, and it makes the field wide open for certain categories that I feel like Emilia Perez would have won immediately. So it's going to be interesting.
So when a movie is nominated, who votes on who gets nominated?
Ooh, that's a solid question.
Is it the Academy?
Is it the Academy?
The members?
I should know that, and I don't. Because, the film companies submit films to be, for your what's it called?
Consideration.
For your consideration.
Yeah.
But that's a
And those
solid-
magazines that I used to read from the people that were in the
Yeah.
yeah, they'd be full during Academy Award time. They'd be full of ads.
Oh,
which
right.
I thought was always so weird.
Huh? Yeah, that is interesting.
Everybody pimping their movie,
It's got
weird.
and I it's stupid. I don't know that. It's obviously not the voters that do it, right? But it must be like the Academy, the board members, all
okay.
that level of Academy.
Because I was going to
must
say,
be
if
there.
it's the voters, then
I don't think it is.
they may not have a problem with it.
Yeah,
Right?
right. And but the thing was, all these nominations happened before the news came out.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's no way it would be up for this much
Yeah.
if that news had come out before.
That'd be interesting to find out how that gets
Might not be up for anything.
decided.
Yeah, I'd love a documentary behind the Oscars.
Yeah.
I think that would be freaking
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be.
But 13 nominations. Picture, actress in a leading role, supporting actress, best international film. This film is in Spanish. Makeup and hairstyling, original song times 2. So 2 original songs up for it. Score, sound, directing, adapted screenplay, cinematography, and editing. So yeah, controversy is going to make this one so interesting and really hard to make picks this year. I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, just really interesting to see how this film does. At number 4, brother, the film I watched last night, A Complete Unknown, which I also gave an 8. There's like 4 films I gave an 8, but there's little things that distinguish them.
Yeah.
So I have Complete Unknown at 4. In 1961, an unknown 19-year-old Bob Dylan arrives in New York City with his guitar and forges relationships with musical icons on his meteoric rise, culminating in a groundbreaking performance that reverberates around the world. Solid film, dude. And I love films like this anyways. I'm not a Bob Dylan fan at all.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, this tells me how good this film was. It made me want to get at least a couple of Bob Dylan records, like some of the early stuff, which I would have never thought. I don't own a Bob Dylan record. I really can't stand the guy. I don't like his voice, you know. But after seeing this film, I'm kind of, even Mel was like, well, like, why don't we own any of his records? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, now I kind of feel like, so that's what this film did. And Timothée Chalamet, who's up for Best Actor in this, was fantastic as Bob Dylan, dude. Like, he freaking sounds like him. In fact, so much so we had to turn it up quite because it's hard to understand him sometimes. Because, Bob Dylan just kind of...
Yeah.
But just a really good cast. Like, it was a fun movie, dude. Like, really well done. And they don't pull any punches about Bob Dylan kind of being an asshole. Like, he's a jerk. Like, he comes straight out to Joan Baez and says she's not a good songwriter, even though they were, like, kind of together.
Yeah.
He is just straight and to the point. He hated popularity. So he's just rude a lot. It's just kind of interesting. He's still alive, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, if anything, he had to do with the film. But just, it was kind of interesting. But a really good movie, really well done. A Complete Unknown I have at number 4, which takes us to the podium, brother. At number 3,
Uh-oh, here we go.
Dune Part 2.
Wow.
I've talked about this a lot. Gave it an 8. The Denis Villeneuve freaking epic. I forgot. Sorry, let me backtrack real quick to A Complete Unknown because it is up for 8 Oscars. Picture, lead actor, supporting actress, sound, directing, adapted screenplay, and costume design. So there you go. Dune Part 2, nominated for 5 Oscars. Picture, sound, visual effects, cinematography, and production design. I have a feeling it's going to do really well in those technical categories. And interesting enough, Timothée Chalamet is the star in this film too. So he has that and A Complete Unknown. So he's pretty much on fire right now. But Dune Part 2, a fantastic movie. Have that at number 3. At number 2, brother, this film, even maybe more than Emilia Perez, just blew away all expectations I had. And that is Anora, which I gave an 8.5, which for me is huge. A young escort from Brooklyn meets and impulsively marries the son of a Russian oligarch. Once the news reaches Russia, her fairy tale is threatened as his parents set out for New York to get the marriage annulled. This is nominated for 6 Oscars. Picture, actress in a leading role, which is Mikey Madison, and dude, she killed it. Like, I loved her in this movie. supporting actor, directing, original screenplay, and editing. This is I don't know, man. This film had a big effect on me, and just didn't expect it. But it's so real. At times it's really funny. Sometimes it's devastating. It's kind of got it all. And the lead actress is gorgeous, and she plays a prostitute, so you can't go wrong with that.
Easy.
Sorry, that's so rude. But no, she is. I've never seen her before, and I'll gladly see another film with her. Like, she is just fantastic. So, just a really good, really impactful film. Out of all the other Oscar films, one that I really thought about a lot when it was over. Like, just to process it, and just a really cool movie. So Anora, and I feel like it's just not getting enough love. It'll be interesting to see if it wins anything here at the Oscars.
All right.
Here we go. My number one, brother.
Here it comes.
Number one. This film blew me away, and I was really looking forward to it, too. And it met all expectations and blew them away. Waxwork did the soundtrack for the vinyl, which is freaking awesome. Talking about The Substance, brother.
Wow.
Hells yes. I gave it a 9. A fading celebrity takes a black market drug, a cell-replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself.
Right.
This is a mind F of a movie, dude. I mean, my God. And Demi Moore, I am so happy for her.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been a Demi Moore fan, man, since Ghost, and she's great.
Yeah.
And never before this film had she ever won an award for acting. And she's killing it. Like, she won the BAFTA, she won the Golden Globe. Will she win the Oscar for Best Actress? God, I hope so, man. I really hope so. She put everything into this role, dude. And the last 30 minutes of this film is straight up chaos, dude. Wow. It is unlike any other Oscar film. I mean, it's up there with gore and practical effects, like Terrifier type stuff. Not like, not the same stuff you're seeing on screen, but just intense stuff of her morphing and just the gross. Oh my God, there's some disgusting stuff in this end that I was laughing because I'm just like, how is this an Oscar film? Like, this is incredible. So I love everything about The Substance. God, I hope it does well at the Oscars. It's up for 5. Picture, actress, makeup, and hairstyling, which it could win makeup and hairstyling because of just the madness that happens in the last half hour. That's all practical effects. And directing and original screenplay. So that is my number one. It's not going to win Best Picture. If it does, I would love it, but it's not. But that is absolutely my favorite film this year for the Oscars, The Substance, brother.
Very nice.
Yeah. I think Anora stands a really good shot of winning. Conclave, because that's been talked about a lot. The Brutalist, I think those are some of the favorites for the award. So we will see. And then to wrap up this Oscar talk quickly, my picks for the big awards, the acting awards, since we couldn't go through them before.
Yeah.
For Best Actor, who I want to win is Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing. I love Coleman Domingo. The dude is so good. And he was just fantastic in this role, dude. As a prisoner who was in prison for something he didn't do, but he runs this, or doesn't run it, but he's like one of the heads of this acting group within the prison. He just kills the role, dude. Coleman Domingo, fantastic. But who I think will win is Adrian Brody. It's an epic film. He is great. Adrian Brody, the Academy loves him already. A lot of people think that Timothée Chalamet has a shot for A Complete Unknown, but an interesting fact, no one under 30 has ever won Best Actor.
Interesting.
Except for Adrian Brody.
Oh, wow.
When he won it for The Pianist when he was 29. So they're saying that actually hurts Timothée Chalamet. So I think Adrian Brody will win it, but I'm pulling for Coleman Domingo. Best Actress, who I want to win, you know it, Demi Moore, baby, for The Substance. And I think she will win. But it is a pretty wide open category. I mean, with Anora, this is the one also with the lady from Amelia Perez, which she's out of it. Like, she hasn't stand a chance. So she's like the one you can cross off. But then, I think it's going to be between Demi Moore and then the ladies from, where am I at? I've lost. I got so many notes here. It's absolutely baffling. But I'm Still Here and Honora. I think those are the ones that are going to be the fighters for the best actress. But pulling for Demi Moore. For best supporting actor, I want Kieran Culkin to win for A Real Pain. He was fantastic, man. It's kind of a comedy, and he has been dominating in the award season, so I think he will win as well. Deservedly, he has won every of the best supporting actor in the BAFTA, Golden Globes, and all the, even the SAGs, everything. He's kind of dominated, so I don't see him not winning. And then last, best supporting actress. I want Zoe Saldana to win for Amelia Perez. She is so good, and Mel mentioned this, almost feel like she was the actress of the film, not the supporting actress. Like, she really kind of, I don't know, steals the film, really.
Yeah.
Like, she is so good. And I do think she will win, too. I think she survives the controversy surrounding this film, maybe be the only one that wins. Out of all these awards they're up for, I think Zoe Saldana's got a great shot, and she also has done really well in the award circuit too. So we will see what happens. I cannot wait for Sunday night for the Oscars, brother. It's
Well,
gonna be
before
a
we
great
close
time.
off this Oscar portion of the show,
Yeah.
let me tell you a little bit about the way the nominations
Oh,
are
please.
made.
Love it.
The Academy has over 8,000 voting members. Can you imagine?
8,000.
8,000.
Wow.
I want to use this person as an example, but I can't think of his name. What a shock. The movie that we saw that we laughed so hard over, the guy was a disc jockey. And one of the great lines, "Where the hell are the goddamn keys?"
Oh, yeah. Clint Eastwood.
Thank you very much.
Play Misty for me.
There you go. But Clint Eastwood is who I'm talking about.
Yes.
When you sign up as a member of the Academy, you have to sign up under a certain category.
Okay.
You can only
Oh,
choose
interesting.
one category.
Really?
So what did you say his name was again?
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood. If Clint Eastwood's an actor, a director,
Yeah, producer, he does it all.
he would have, he can only be, his membership can only be under one role that he does.
Does he get to choose it?
I believe he gets to choose it.
So you can either vote for best film or best picture or best actor.
And that's exactly where I'm going. So can you imagine? That's tough. So when you're in the Academy, I mean, you're either an actor or a director,
Right.
or you can't be more than one. So the people that are in the Academy that are actors get to create the nominations in their category.
Interesting.
So, like, let's see, your category is special effects makeup.
Yeah.
Okay? You're the one who's going to decide who is going to be nominated for that category.
But you have to be working in
But
special
you
effects?
have to be working in, well, I mean, you can be working in other things too. But in other words, whatever you are in the Academy for, whatever your main thing was when you signed up, that's your you
category.
get to determine what nominees are going to be nominated for in that category.
Gotcha.
So, interesting.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, brother.
It's the least I could do
That is
with
good.
you and your 40, 50 pages of notes.
Yeah,
back
no,
there.
I appreciate it.
I want to
Jeez.
thank Mental Floss for giving me a quick education on that while you were
Nice.
talking.
Good job,
Yeah.
Mental Floss.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Hey, let's take a quick look at the new streaming movies this week
All
because
right.
there is some Oscar stuff. So if you do want to check out a couple of these films before Sunday night,
Yes.
A Complete Unknown is now on VOD.
All
That's
right.
the Bob Dylan. Love Hurts is on VOD now. That's the one that flopped at the box office. The action comedy starring Ke Huy Quan in his first role since Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was the Valentine's Day film, now on VOD. Presence is on VOD. That's directed by Steven Soderbergh. This drama horror unfolds from the viewpoint of a ghostly entity observing a seemingly ordinary family living in a suburban house. Lucy Lee and Chris Sullivan star, not Lucy Liu. Lucy
Okay.
Lee.
Lucy Lee.
Supposed to be a very unique film. So Presence now on VOD. September 5, which I told you is
Yes.
a must-see. Such a good film.
I have it written down.
It is on Paramount Plus now, started, which is great. So if highly suggest that for folks. That's up for best original screenplay. It should be up for more. That's absolutely be up for best picture, but no, they got hosed. Venom: The Last Dance. That was on
All right.
Maggie's top 5
Yes.
this year. That's now on Netflix. The Lord of the Rings: The War of the Rohirrim. That's that animated film. Is now on Max. And Nickel Boys, which is up for Best Picture, but was my least favorite, is now on MGM Plus.
All right.
So there you go there. Physical releases on 4K Blu-ray, brother.
Yes, sir.
From 1953, The Wages of Fear, the Criterion Collection release. That's good
Oh.
stuff. I had that on Blu-ray. That's really good stuff. Picture Mommy Dead
Ooh.
from 1966. There's a funny name.
Yeah.
Akira.
I remember that as a kid. I remember that
Picture
movie.
Mommy Dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
It starts with a woman in the bed, and the bed's on fire.
Ooh.
And the camera,
Good start.
if I can recall correctly, the camera just kind of pans around the bed,
Huh.
and that's how it starts. That's my recollection of it. It may be totally different.
Might be a totally different movie.
Yes.
That was Bed on Fire, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Akira is getting a steelbook, the
Oh.
1988 anime film.
Yeah.
Paddington 2 from
Yes.
2017.
Saw that.
Do you have any?
I had Paddington 2
I steal the one thing you had on it.
coming out in 4K
Yeah.
and everything down below.
Right.
And I also have Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, sir.
That is also coming out on 4K.
Yes, and that's the Walmart exclusive steelbook because it
brother.
has been out before. We actually have that on 4K Blu-ray. I forgot. That is one of the films we bought this year.
Nice.
Kids love that movie.
Really?
I loved it too. Like that is if you
Oh,
love
darn.
Mario,
Is that kind of corny though?
no.
No?
I didn't feel like it was corny at all.
All right.
It's just an hour and a half of you being in the Mario world, dude. It's over the
cool.
top and like crazy looking. Like it's kind of a cool looking film,
Huh.
but it's so much fun. Like I had a blast watching that movie.
Nice.
And it's a cool steelbook. It's like the yellow block with the question mark
Yeah.
on it for the cover. Like, yeah, pretty cool. So that's coming out. Red One from 2024. That's the Christmas action comedy
Right.
with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, J.K. Simmons, Chris Evans, and Lucy Liu. This time it is Lucy Liu.
Yes.
I gave that film a 7. That was a fun
Nice.
film, man. That's one that we'll probably definitely, maybe not every Christmas, but we'll throw it on, maybe every other Christmas.
Yeah.
How about that? Craven the Hunter, which was supposed to be garbage,
Really? That's too bad.
is coming out. I know, and that's also getting a steelbook release.
Huh.
Here's another Oscar film, Gladiator 2, which is nominated for Best Costume Design. That is also getting a steelbook release. And finally, Den of Thieves 2, Pantera from 2025. That is also getting a steelbook and a 2-film collection if you want both of the Den of Thieves films, brother.
Nice.
So there you go. There you have it. Holy cow.
You know that we
Man,
have, on top of everything, I mean, we are giving you everything
a lot
you
today.
could ever want.
A lot.
How about a Russ and Maggie movie review?
Please, give me a break.
Ooh, Maggie, we got count 'em, two movie reviews this week, but we didn't see the same movie. You saw a movie last week with Mom. Tell the guys what you watched last week at the movies.
The Unbreakable Boy.
What did you think of The Unbreakable Boys starring Zach Levi, who played Shazam before?
I really liked how he acted in this movie. He did really, really good. But I think the main part of this movie is mostly about like how the life story was of the guy of the
Of the
boy.
little boy? And what's up with the little boy?
He has autism and he has a bone disease, so he gets hurt easily.
Oh, I can tell this was like a family drama type of deal, and it doesn't look like his parents are coping real well with this. What's the story about his dad?
His dad is a alcoholic, and his mom just like stops with the problems and just goes and play video games.
Man, sounds like a pretty heavy movie. So I guess they're trying to deal with are they going to come together as a family and deal with what the little boy has, right?
Yeah, and also I do not think that this is like a kids movie because it's mostly based on the parents trying to work through it instead of, oh, kids, like other stuff.
Gotcha. So, sounds pretty heavy. Do you think people should go to the theater to see The Unbreakable Boy?
I think they can wait until it comes out.
Yeah, check it out. Wait till it comes out on TV at home. Watch it together as a family. Might bring up some discussions, things like that. That sounds pretty heavy. But I just got back from the movies. You want to ask me about that?
Yeah, you watched Last Breath.
Yeah, Last Breath just came out tonight. You weren't too interested in it, so you didn't go with us on this one. This is a true story about some divers that have to fix a pipeline in the bottom of the ocean, like over 300 feet down. And one of the guys gets trapped down there. His cable breaks, his airline, and he is trapped down there, and it's a race against time to try and save him because up above the water, there's a bad storm. It stars Woody Harrelson, and the guy that played in Barbie, the Barbie movie, is one of the Kens, and Shang-Chi. But, yeah, we just saw it.
How did you like it?
I liked it a lot. You know, it was a true story, which was really cool. I don't know if I'd recommend going to the theater to see it. I think they could wait on it, but I mean, it was still a great story. They did a great job of showing what these guys go through. The crew on the ship, the guys going down the diving bells and then diving down to the bottom of the ocean floor to fix these lines. It's just incredible. Some of the scenes, it's like you were watching like a Discovery Channel special, but I mean, they did a really good job of portraying it. And, you know, it's real tense because he's down there in pitch black and he's stuck. And are they going to get him in time? So, yeah, definitely worth a watch. Don't know if we're going to rush out to the theater to see it, but we've got the pass, so we were there, and that's what we think. What do you think of that, Maggie?
That's cool.
All right. Do we have anything else for the boys?
Nope.
All right, guys. Until next time, sayonara.
Dang, Unbreakable Boy sounds heavy.
That sounds heavy indeed.
I don't think I knew it was that heavy of a movie.
Right. I didn't, and I guess Maggie probably should have gone and seen the other one.
Yeah.
Last Breath, which does look pretty good. I definitely will see that film at some point. But thanks again for your great movie reviews.
Yes.
We love them dearly.
Absolutely.
And that takes us to Over Under, brother.
I almost forgot we do that game.
Yeah, we're going to
so
be talking
exciting.
about both of these films. Starting with The Unbreakable Boy.
All right.
Maggie helped this number out. It was expected to make $3 million.
Yes, sir.
I said under.
Yes.
You said over.
Yes.
And the actual was 2.4. It was under. Yeah, Rush should have gone too. And then they maybe would have gone over. $600,000 ticket. And then The Monkey. Brother, The Monkey.
The Monkey.
Expected to make $16 million.
Yep.
I said over. You said under.
Yep.
And the actual was 14. It was under. Damn it. Because of that, Dave Knox is now tied with Mary Wilkerson.
Hey.
At 17. So we're starting to get there, brother. You know,
Nice.
we played at 25.
Yes, sir.
Starting to get serious here. There's a lot of
huge.
people at 16, 15, 14, so still a lot's going to happen. And there is only one film this week,
All right.
and Russ just talked about it. It's Last Breath.
Yes, sir.
True story. That follows seasoned deep sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean's surface. Woody Harrelson. Love seeing Woody in a new
Yes,
movie. I love
absolutely.
Woody Harrelson.
I agree.
Simu Liu and Finn Cole also in this film. 81%
Yes, saw that.
on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad. With an estimate of $8 million.
You know, I don't remember what I said, but I mean, right now,
What are you feeling?
I would say over.
Well, that is what you said.
Okay, good.
So there you go. I went under.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know, because 8's not a lot. I hadn't heard a whole lot about this film,
No.
so I don't, I kind of went with that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then knowing it's Oscar week, a lot of people don't care about that, but I'm kind of hoping people are rushing to go watch those other films.
Yeah.
Just to fit them in before Sunday.
Right.
But who knows? We'll see. But yeah, there you go, brother. There is Over Under.
That's nice. Brother, if you
Woo!
had to pick
Yeah.
a topic from 2024,
Ooh,
anything
boy.
happened that maybe changed your life a little bit,
Holy crap!
do you know what it would be?
No,
I do.
no. I would have to seriously sit and think about that. What you got?
So my topic, my thing from 2024 that changed my life
Yeah.
is 3D printing.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That makes sense.
It completely just twisted my world. You know, I've
Yeah.
always got something that I'm really passionate. Disney, of course, I'm always passionate about, always will.
Yeah.
But I even put Disney aside for a while
Yeah, that's saying something.
when I got
Yeah.
absolutely. I
I
mean,
I'm
I-
surprised you didn't do best book of like your favorite book.
You know what?
You read so many books.
and I thought about that.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, my books are a lot the same.
Gotcha.
Because they're the same thing.
Yeah,
like I'm
sure.
reading right now, I would have to say, one of the hardest Disney books to read.
Huh.
And that is, and I can't remember the name of it, of course.
It's a big one.
Oh yeah, it's big. Disney animation, The Illusion of Life.
Oh,
Um,
The Illusion of Life.
Yes, by Frank Thomas and Ole Johnston.
Oh, nice.
Two amazing, no longer with us
Right.
Disney animators. This is the Bible of animation. I started in December. And again, because 3D printing came in, it slowed me down.
Yeah.
But I'm not even halfway through with the book yet.
Really?
It's a hard read. And it is everything you want to know about animation.
No kidding.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's
I mean,
pretty
these
cool.
are the kind of books. No book that I read last year really stood out to me.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of good books that I bought last Christmas and that I got for Christmas this year
Right.
that I can't wait to get into.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, so even the ones I got last year, I still haven't gotten into them yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
of where they sit in my bookshelves.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just not. I'm going from top left all the way down.
Gotcha.
So haven't hit them yet. Can't wait to do so.
Well, that's pretty cool, man.
Yes, sir.
Dig that, brother. Well, there you go. That wraps up one hell of a show,
Wow.
huh?
Yeah,
I
what a
just
show.
realized my food is on the way. It's
This is
gonna
a
be in the
2-hour
house in, like,
show.
10 minutes. Oh my
Too,
god.
I've had Susan texting me. Are you done yet?
Yeah,
Are you
right.
done yet?
Good
Are you done yet?
Lord. Yeah, and I didn't realize Mel already ordered the food. It's like on
Oh.
its way. I got to get going.
You better go. What are you having? What are you having?
We are doing Taqueria La Finca
All right.
tonight. Oh, did you have that last week?
I did. It was good.
Did you like it?
Yes.
You
and
had the burrito burrito?
I did.
It's good. That meat's
got
good.
That. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And
And the Melita. What'd you think of the Melita?
it was different.
I liked the Melita.
Yeah, it was good.
Guacamole in it.
Yeah.
They have good steak, too.
That to me would be something that'd probably be better if you ate it right as they handed it to you.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But
Yeah.
the Autumn and Susan, Autumn got like a nacho plate.
Oh,
which
yeah, I like
looked-
the nachos.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah.
And Susan got a bean burrito,
Uh-huh.
which she really liked. She
Oh,
said
okay.
she said the beans are really good.
Yeah, that's what my kids love. They love
So-
the bean and cheese burritos.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It's good stuff.
yeah.
Good taco truck.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yeah, hey, go to our websites, www.dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Yes, sir.
Things like links to our Facebook fan page where over-under's heating up.
That's right.
Leaders at 17.
That's right.
Email address is feedback@dvdweeklypodcast.com.
Yeah.
And that beautiful phone number, brother.
All right.
406-426-1DVD.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
We
My
are
gosh.
so close to this year's Academy Awards.
Oh, I can't wait. Are you going to watch him, brother?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I am.
You going to be pulling for Flo?
Yes,
man?
I am.
Yeah, I have,
Yes, I am.
I have a good feeling that's going to take it.
I hope so.
I think it
That'll
will.
make me very happy.
But yeah, we'll do a little wrap up on that next week. Can't wait for the
Yeah.
show, though. It's
Yeah.
going to be fun.
I want to wrap
lot
up
of
this
good
show
movies.
with a saying that I saw today on a bumper sticker.
What's that?
Are you ready?
Please.
Politicians and diapers are very much the same. The reason why is because you eventually have to change them. And for the same reason. And there you go.
Sayonara!